What's good? I see we got one person in this thing already. I guess I'll wait for maybe like two more, and then we'll get to it. Get some of that little music on or something. They got rock. Let's try rock. Oh, all right, we got three. All right, we're done. All right, y'all. So y'all see what the stream is about, man. Illegal immigrants in Chicago even have other immigrants speaking out in frustration, and that's pretty crazy, man. And I think that when it comes to this whole issue, I think like we're more mad at the government because they're so stupid and they're dropping the ball and they're doing all these dumbass rules than we are at the actual immigrants. Like we don't want them here, especially if they're taking up our resources and pushing us out of our neighborhoods. But we're more mad at the government. It's not like a xenophobic thing. It's just like, bro, why is the government doing all this? But they've got all these people that's living bad. You know, what's good, Lewis Knowles? So this first video that we're gonna dive into is inside Chicago's migrant crisis, causes and solutions. Let's check it out.
All right, guys, let's go over here. Maybe we could ask one of these guys living here on the tent. How do they feel about this? I forgot my lighter.
No, Hurricane, I feel that right there, man, because they're coming up here with anti-black sentiment because Venezuela is pretty much anti-black. I think they treat their black people bad. That's pretty much what the general consensus has been. And I don't really think it's okay to like be like, oh yeah, man, they ignorant to the plight of Black America and all that kind of stuff. You guys are sitting up watching movies and thinking that that's all that we're about, and you guys are supposed to be so high IQ and so smart. We're supposed to be so dumb, but you guys don't go and do critical thinking and go look up things and do your own research to find out, hey, what's this? What caused this? Are these people really like that? You don't even go and meet these people, so you're just saying some stuff just based off of what some white folk put on the TV. The same people that oppressed you in the first place, that got you running up here, you're believing what they're saying. But let's get it.
Hope I don't get a ticket. I didn't pay the box. Pray for me. Hey up. Hey, you got time for an interview? To you too.
Because we homeless and they let them back or whatever people you call them out.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk to you about. How do you feel about that? How you feel about that?
I don't like it. I got to sleep out here in the coat. They won't even give me a blanket or a coat. I made it back here. My name is Gwendolyn Lee.
Hey, that's ugly right there, bro. So this whole time I was thinking, like, man, if you happen to be homeless in the vicinity or something like that, then or maybe if you even was illegal or something, I was thinking that they might, they might give you like some grace or something for since they're giving everybody else all the handouts, why not get the same thing to them? But she said they won't even give her a blanket. They know she's out here in the cold where they got all these migrants in the little building and everything, but they won't even get this lady a blanket. They won't even let her get warmed up next to the building. So she had to go camp out in the bridge. Crazy work.
Halfway homeless. My kids won't let me in, so I'm actually homeless. When we kind of ask them, can we eat get something they want, they tell us.
They tell you no.
I asked them in the bathroom, baby. They ain't never falling up that level. leave that.
Now she said they hit her with that Chinese grocery store owner. You cannot use the bathroom. They hit her with that. You can't even use a bathroom in the migrants area, boy. You got to go doo doo out there in the sewers, in the middle of the street.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, we the homeless and the immigrants around the corner.
Right.
I don't like it. Sometimes I do, like with the kids and stuff. They don't want us to touch their kids. We're trying to be friendly.
Now, that's a little crackhead. I mean, I wouldn't want you playing with my kids either if I don't know you. I wouldn't want the migrants playing with my kids. So, I mean, I don't really blame them on that, but let's get it.
You really on our turf. You pushing us off. The shelters won't let the homeless people in, but they let the immigrants in.
Thanks,
really what I want to say. Let's all
What's up, Corey?
Get along. Share the immigrants, the homeless. But don't knock the homeless out and give the immigrants more than the homeless. We can't get nothing free. Look, all of them around that corner got free coat. And look up, we go.
So somebody was talking to me about this, and they were saying the migrants are coming up here and they're getting all this free stuff, but the black people that they're being given that stuff in place of squandered all of it. And do you guys think that that's a fair assessment? Do you guys think that I guess like certain parts of the hood, let's say everybody's staying on Section 8, should they then have to clear out for more migrants that are you're basically Section 8ers? You just speak Spanish. You speak Spanish and make tacos, but I mean, what are we saying there? I think it doesn't make any sense. Like it's clearly showing the notion that you're trying to push black people out as much as you can, wherever you can.
We ain't even got coverage. But like, look at me over there. That's all I'm sleeping on over there. On a little mattress with full of clothes on 2 covers. They ain't covers at that. They don't care about us. But I wish, please help the homeless and the immigrants to join together.
That was great. That was great. Okay.
Help the homeless and the immigrants to join together. How y'all feel? I think just send them back. Really, I think the United States, they bit off more than they could chew purposely, actually, just because they'll do anything to get us up out of here. So I think they should just send them back. Ain't no goddamn put both of us together and we have a nice little peace and harmony situation. Nah.
Okay, guys, as you can see, we have homeless here that's sleeping outside. That's right next to where the immigrants are. And there seems to be some sort of discrepancy with the citizens of the country and the migrants. Whereas the migrants can sleep in the police station and the citizens can't.
You even bother editing.
What's going on here?
That boy just did a straight walkthrough. He did a whole unedited. He could have walked. He could have cut the walk out and got to the little part where the migrants is at, but no.
So far, no migrants. Okay, we're coming up on the 10th city.
Right. Hey, bro, you hear all the Spanish immediately when you walk up on them folks, bro. It sounds like one of them horror movies where they like the little dolls are speaking. I think it was Tales of the Hood where the dolls were speaking and all you heard was little. That's what it sounded like, but in Spanish.
Here, the playing ball. Shopping. Some music going on. Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Yeah, these people don't look like they're doing anything productive with their time, but let's get it.
Yeah, no film? Can I talk to you off camera? Okay. Guess he doesn't want to be talked to. Hey, as you guys can see. And then they do have porta potties. I don't know. We have to find a way to get these guys some help.
Man, no, we don't. We have to find a way to get these guys sent back because this makes no sense. This literally looks like a clown world right here. Y'all got this looking like what's that Demolition Man? But it's not even a situation that calls to be like that. They could just be back at home.
Hey guys, hola.
Hey, it's not hard at all. I don't get even.
What's up, brother? Hey, how you being treated out here?
Money.
Huh?
Money.
You hungry? They're not feeding you? Huh? Does the government feed you? Huh? No? All right, guys. All right.
Hey.
Nice coat. Hey,
Money.
wait a minute.
Yeah, you asked about some money from, bro. You got money, bro. They give y'all money, bro. I don't get it unless there's a nice little lie, like they're just literally just bringing these people in just cause like they ain't got no money, but just anything once again to take the blacks up out of there. Also, do you guys look at it as the migrants are like helpless people that's coming up here? They don't know no better, and they're just trying to have a better life, or do you guys think that they know that they're finessing the system? They know, oh, I can get up here and just goddamn give you some goddamn clean money, some goddamn clean living, clean eating. What do you think?
De otro día,
Okay.
Nubuelo, how you say Nubuelo, snow, frio.
All right, we're gonna go and end that guy because we see what's going on right there. The next video up, we have an elite triple threat tether, tether. And also for anybody that might be in the comments that you might be non-FBI or whatever, it's not even about that. It's just a tether is basically another name for a coon. You're tethering because you look like American. You might even sound like us with an accent, but nobody will really know the difference. And also, when the government's listening to a black person talk about Black American issues, they're thinking like, "Oh yeah, that's how all of them thinking. That's how all of them thinking." No, that's not it. So that's what that's pretty much what the definition is. But let's go and get it. This one right here. The migrants. Should they take over the Windy City? Let's get into it.
What's cracking, y'all? It's your boy Most Requested back at it again with another video. The residents in Chicago are mad about the city building shelters for the migrant. For this one here, we have to go all the way to Chi-Town. Let's get it. Let's go. What's cracking, fam? What's going on? Listen, man, I don't get it, man. What's going on in the city of Chicago, man? What's going on? The residents, the West Town residents from the city of Chicago, they're suing the city because the city is building shelters for the migrants. Before I continue, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And when you ring the notification bell, select all so you can get all the updates every time I release video content. Anyway, going in. Yes, man, the residents of West Town from the city of Chicago, they're suing the city. Like I said, because the city is using some funds from the building to build um, some shelters for the migrant. And I said, well, why not? Y'all motherfuckers ain't doing shit in the city. The city of Chicago, man, it's a mess. You know what I'm saying? It's a mess.
So y'all hear this tether talk right here? He said, "Why not? You guys not doing anything in the city. You guys not doing anything in the city." So this guy's definitely absolutely a tether. His whole channel's got a hip hop theme to it. I mean, obviously he thinks he thinks he's one of us, but he's not talking like one of us. But let's get it.
Uh, but before I continue, let me give you a little history, about the city of Chicago. I'm not from Chicago, but I lived there. I lived in the West Side years ago. I was younger then. Um, the city of Chicago is rich in when you talk about Black history. You know, uh, the city of Chicago has the Black Panther Party, which was uh, Black Panther Party was a Black organization, powerful and positive at the same time, and that was all about helping Black, empowering Black, helping, getting food. I believe they have a food. They had a food bank. They also had a clinic, and they was involved in a little bit in politics, I believe, but mostly there was more about protecting the citizens, the Black citizens, against police brutality, to the point that they will encourage Black people to arm themselves against the police. So that was real encouragement for the Black, because they was like, no, we're not going to take this abuse anymore. You see what I'm saying? And it brings me to this other organization, which is also a real powerful and and positive organization, which is the Nation of Islam. The Nation of Islam started with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and then he passed away. And when he passed away, Louis Farrakhan took the leadership, and he's been holding it down for years. And you cannot tell me any scandals from the Nation of Islam from Chicago, out of Chicago. I haven't heard one. Some people might say, oh, yo, they're a little bit radical, or they this and that, but yo, who's not radical in this country? Almost everybody is, in their own way. But for the most part, they want to empower Black people, and they want to show Black people that it's a positive way of living and carry on with life. Respecting the woman, respecting themselves, and live up, righteous life. So I'm saying this because all that stuff, man, starts at home. Like I said, you have Chicago had Jesse Jackson, which was a civil rights activist, which still is. You have Oprah, you had Common, you have Barack Obama, which was the president of the United States. So all I'm saying is, you can get all these figures, all these positive figures, and put it in a mirror and show it to your kids every single day, and show them how to live life and how to be positive and how to, what to strive for. But that all that shit is lost in some of those Black families. That shit is lost, and that's honest. That's being honest, man. That's not. I'm not sugarcoating shit. That's being honest. So what I'm saying, if you don't give your kids uh, a chance so they can see, or they can learn right from wrong, by the time they go, in the streets, it's too late. So now that's what we see right now. You have the youth. If you cannot contain the youth, your future is going to go off the rails. Like I said, if you cannot contain the Black youth, the future is going to go off the rail. And this is what is slowly is slipping away from some of these cities, so some of these Black cities in the country. You can see it. Yo, what the hell is this with this drill rap? Me talking about I'm going to kill you, showing all kinds of damn weapons. Like, you going to war? You going to war with who? With your own kind? You killing your own people, your own Black people? Doesn't make any sense, fam. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? That's not even. But you're worrying about the migrants. I understand. I get it. You're worrying about the migrants because that's the easy way to escape from your reality. Those migrants that's coming to the city of Chicago or any city in the United States, they're not coming to eat your babies. They're not coming to kill you. They're not coming to take your jobs. the work that the job that they're gonna do when they come is the job that we don't want. That's being honest. That's the job that we don't want. So drop the facade, get your shit together, get your community in order, get the black community in order. Listen, there's enough powerful black people in this country that they can, all they gotta do is just be consistent, man. You gotta be consistent. You gotta send that message there every day, not for a week, not for one moment. It's every day, every moment, everywhere. You have to send a message. And if you don't, then this is what you get. This is what you get. So don't come with this bullshit, this cloud chasing about the migrants this and the migrant that. It's all bullshit. Get your community in order so you don't have to worry about no migrant. So you don't have to worry about nothing else than your life, your future. Because right now, it's been years and years and years that black had powerful people in Chicago. And for the last 10 years, you guys have black mayors. Black mayors. They ain't doing nothing with it. They ain't doing nothing with the city.
What does he mean? He's acting like we can make the black mayors actually do our bidding. These people are already bought and paid for. What is he saying right now? Let's check out some of these comments. I know y'all going in. Hurricane, of course, going in. That's his city. The drill rappers found a way to make money in government-sponsored terrorism in a form of disinvestment. Facts. I know Blacklight got so you say they are coming from South and Central American prisons that look worse than. Ooh, that's a terrible sight right there. Crematoria. Lewis knows that he must have done all their right. He did all the background checks. We don't know none of these people. Y'all heard the first dude in the first video talking about some money. He looked like he'll take a woman in the alley and go against her will. He looks like that. Okay, so we got crime, guns, drug, right. Yeah, you already know he's got the usual talking points. The usual talking points. And this dude, and then how can you clout chase someone with Oh man, hilarious. Yeah, this guy's straight drop garbage, man. Let's go and finish out and see if he says anything else that we can pick apart.
Come on, man. Be for real. Y'all ain't doing nothing with the city. So if you don't get your shit together, Chicago, why not give it to the migrant? They might do something with it. It's all saying that you don't know what you have until you lose it. So I think this is a good analysis about that. Because if you don't do nothing with something, with your city, somebody's going to take over. Somebody's going to take over, whether you like it or not, because you're not doing anything with it. You're not doing anything positive with the city. I mean, you have kids shooting each other, black kids shooting.
But they were just at City Hall because they're kicking kids out of those recreational centers to house migrants. Imagine you being a kid that plays football or plays some type of sport. You play basketball. That's where you go after school, and then they say, "Oh no, the Mexicans must come in. The Mexicans must come in." That's some bull right there. Everybody's laughing at this guy. This guy's crazy. Does he not realize who black? Exactly, Hurricane. Exactly. I already knew Torian was. Excuse me. And you know what? Let's do that right now. Let's do that. Hey, this is definitely a declaration of war. You're right. Let's do that. Let's check out these comments, man. Y'all ready? Let's see if people was handling them or if people was looking at balls. Let's get it. All right, is that thing gonna populate now? Okay. This is probably a paid propaganda psyop. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Facts. Y'all shouldn't have left Mississippi in the first place. What do y'all think about that? I mean, we were trying to leave the racism. What the hell what do you mean? So you from dusty anti-black Latin America worrying about black Americans? What? Hey, so in a way that he's kind of got a bias. There's a little bit of a bias right there. Damn, Dusty Tethers. You already know. Oh yeah, Tether, go worry about your race. Yeah, they going in. A migrant manipulating through social media all this to say, hey, just give it to us. Brother, it sounds like you just landed from the Dominican Republic 4 years ago. Facts. That joker said, yeah, I like Michael Jackson. I want to go to Mecca. I like Michael Jackson. But you know what? You know what's interesting? Since he says the migrants might they might do something with the city. Let's go ahead and check out an example of what happens when the migrants do take over the city. Specifically, the city of Chicago. Let's check that out. So right here, we got Latin Kings documentary. We're going to check this guy out. It says, inside a Chicago gang war. That doesn't sound like productivity to me from migrants.
8 o'clock tonight? Yeah. 7:30. They made a threat at a specific time that 8 o'clock. Yeah. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tommy G. I'm in the hood with the Latin Kings.
House on the block, well, I just got the drop. Pussy nigga told that nigga snitch, now I done seen a lot. How these niggas turn rats when they get locked up in the box. I don't even like.
At what age did you lose some people?
12 years old.
I'm from 25th, nigga. Freedom Boulevard, 24th Street, 221 killer.
Shorty beat, nigga.
I'm like your favorite team. You catch me on TV talking.
So hold on. So this is all right. So let's check out the optics of this video. So not only this is a white boy, and he's got the rap music with just laced with the N-words and all that kind of stuff. He probably definitely has some anti-blackness in his mind and in his family for sure. He probably say some crazy stuff about us behind our back. Then you got all these Latin kings running around here. These migrants. These were the first illegal migrants. Now they're talking about some you N-word, yeah, N-word, yeah. And then also you have to think. So they blame all the violence in Chicago on us. They act like all the violence is just sectioned off to the south side. But then you got all these Mexicans running around here. And it looks like they're doing a lot of the same stuff that they say we're doing all the time, right? And Chicago got a big population of migrants and Mexicans and all that kind of stuff, bro. When you get off the airport and you drive through, bro, all you see is Mexican, Latino, Mexicans, Latinos, Mexican, Latinos, the mercados. That's all you see. But let's keep going and see how the migrants plan on taking over our neighborhoods.
About on MC, you could catch me on the scene. I'm posted with the team. You asking, I got the drop.
You want a vest? Bro, I got one in my trunk.
The Latin Kings are one of the most feared criminal organizations in the world. The Kings were formed in Chicago in the 1960s to overcome racial discrimination and stood by three main principles: protect their families, protect their neighborhoods, and protect each other. Since the 60s, they have grown into Chicago's largest street gang with an estimated 25,000 members. Because the King leaders...
Oh, wait, did you guys hear that? They've grown into Chicago's largest street gang with 250,000 members, but we're the ones who are doing all the work. We're the main ones. As you know, we got King Von is just Rambo out here in these streets. He didn't took down 1,000 people. Him and all the other people that's like him. Like Torian was saying, man, this is the stuff that mainstream media doesn't put in the news. Let's get it.
Leaders are currently incarcerated. They have developed a sophisticated system of communication that allows them to call shots within penitentiary walls. Today, we head to Little Village on the southwest side of Chicago, which is the birthplace of the Kings and an area in which they thrive.
Bro, Torian, I've been going to war with the Mexicans on Twitter. I'm not gonna lie, I've been coming at them a little, but they come at us crazy first on boxing Twitter specifically. I be going to war with the Mexicans and everything. I always tell them, you got all your swag from us. We should be your parents. Everything y'all do is trying to be like us. The way y'all dress, except for the Paco jeans, we don't do that bullshit. Y'all got low rider from us. The way y'all talk, the type of music y'all try to make, the type of music y'all listen to, and then even like y'all just be trying to do everything we do, everything. But let's go. You're right. Hey, John. Nobody says that. Nobody says it. Hey man, I be saying some stuff that I know it'll get me canceled big time. So I just try to stay low key. Let's get it.
Let's hit the streets.
Se hace el mañana, no he hecho nada. Llamo unas ladies para mi casa con unas ultras para enfiestarla. La noche nunca va a acabar.
Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like I have the best job in the world. Today, I'm on the south side of Chicago, pulling up to meet with some Latin kings. Hombres de calle, you know what I'm saying? Life is a goddamn adventure. This is the exact location that you don't want to pull up when a Mexican guy tells you to. I feel like this looks like a place you disappear. You just get brought to a warehouse and they're like, "Ay caramba, I'm gonna cut your balls off." Nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you. It's sketchy out here.
Yeah, it's
Chicago.
Yeah, we're the most feared neighborhood in Chicago. Out of all the Mexicans, little village, we be f***ing shut up anywhere.
What is the history of this area?
It be all Polish. Back in the days, it be Polish. From the early 90s, it turned all Mexicans and stuff. But it was really the white folks that started all the gangs around.
Hey, this is a good video. This is a great video by the white boy. They're telling on themselves, but then y'all see how I be going in on Twitter. Them boys will be coming at me saying you guys are criminals and you guys are poor and you guys have Brillo pads for hair and all this kind of stuff. But then there's this, and this guy sitting up telling on us, "We're the most feared gang in Chicago, the most feared gang." And then the white boy said earlier there was the largest gang. So I would say the most feared gang and the largest gang would obviously put a huge dent into Chicago's crime, would it not? Let's get it.
And here's where a lot of the gangs started.
So I've been trying to find a white gang. What are the white gangs in the area?
12th Street Players.
12th Street Players?
Right, they're like...
Are they still around?
Yeah, they're still around.
You white folks out there that are in a gang, I want to talk to you. So DM me, email me, TommyGMcGee123@gmail.com. Love to chat with you. What are the politics of this area?
On this side, you got Latin Kings. If you go over there, you got the SDs.
What is SD?
Satan Disciples.
Holy shit, dude.
They pray for the devil and shit like that. It started off as a white gang, but not Mexicans. You got Kings, SDs, and Against 2-6.
Do any of them get along?
None of them get along. King Von been in that jail.
In Cook County?
Yeah, everybody been in this jail.
So Cook County?
All the famous rappers, Lil Durk, all of them been in this
Okay,
jail.
we'll give you the history on Cook County because we drove right past it.
Well, there's none of the famous rappers. So that lets you know at the same time they copy all our swag. Or they love on us. They admire us, but at the same time don't like us, and it definitely hurts their heart. Man. So yeah, we're getting all kind of different validating facts validated here. We've got the largest gang, 250K, the most feared gang, as what he says, and then also all the famous rappers have been in there, and he only named black rappers. He didn't name no goddamn who was a Mexican rapper? I don't even know no goddamn Mexican rapper. Goddamn, they got to be from Texas or something. But yeah. So they copy our swag, and they're the most violent gang and the largest gang. But look who they blame.
It's a crazy looking jail.
Cook County Jail is without a doubt one of the most dangerous jails in the country. Imagine this. You have all of the most violent gang members and criminals locked in one place in Chicago. That's Cook County. To give you an idea of what kind of brutal environment Cook County is, in 2016, corrections officers sustained over 500 attacks from inmates. And at one point, 90 inmates filed a lawsuit against officers for beatings with brass knuckles and other inhumane treatment. This is undoubtedly a rough place to live.
And just for the record, Illusionary Films is not associated with any gangs. We're just show music videos. They're all hoods.
You're neutral and you just help people bring their art to life.
Yep.
I would say I'm the same category. I have no enemies. I don't want any enemies. I just let people tell their story on the platform. When you guys are masked up like this, do you think that you're causing concern to the other people here? Like they're wondering what the hell is going on?
I don't look like they care right now.
Because I feel like if I brought my kids here and I saw a bunch of dudes in masks, I'd be like, all right, kids, maybe we should walk over to the other side.
Right. Back in the day, it used to be a little racial. So we the blacks against the Mexicans.
Things cooled off.
There's no racism no more.
That's good. So there's an important moment that happened during COVID and the George Floyd riots.
That was the craziest thing ever. All the blacks were coming to our community and robbing. So we're like basically protecting all down 26th Street, making sure the blacks did not steal because they were stealing all down 26th Street.
For protecting that shit though, I'm with that shit. I'm with that shit.
This is where we come and we show them who we are and we protect our business, our investments.
Look what's up. Not a single store got stole.
Has anyone been known to escape from this place?
No, but I lived in that place and shit.
How long did you live there for?
Oh wow.
What did you learn from your experience there?
What am I supposed to learn? I'm already against it.
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing?
Capital B, C-Block. We in the field. 51st Capital. You already know what's up.
This the Bill Kill boys in this.
I think you guys are the first.
Right, Black Lab. That's like that whole situation, that sequence of stories and sentences just contradicted itself. He said there's no racism anymore, but the blacks try to come and rob everything down 26. We defended. Nobody got anything. We defended it. The blacks tried to steal. We defended it. That doesn't sound. That sounds like they're trying to throw us under the bus. The Georgia Floyd riots. Oh, and Hurricanes coming with the inside scoop. He said they came at us first. Interesting. He said they lied through the yellow teeth, man. They lied through them buttery teeth. What's up, Black Star Racer? We got a nice little team in here today. Let's keep going.
Mexican Kia boys I've ever met before. What were they throwing up?
GDSD. Basically, they dropping folks. We saying GDK, but we don't really go at it with the blacks. We just go at it with each other. Mexicans against Mexicans. We don't really fight with blacks and stuff like that.
Teach me some of the lingo of the area.
Oh, out here we say I'm a cow nigga, you know?
Do you guys speak Spanish?
Yeah.
I speak Spanish where you can teach me.
De conejo.
Yeah. Did I just diss somebody here? Now I have no idea what that meant. The only gang I ride with is the Big Dog Gang. We got shirts like this and like this. This channel does not diss anybody. We're neutral. Thank you.
Nah, you didn't diss no one. You good? Yeah.
What do you call?
And that joke was he gonna be the next Adam 22. Watch. You gonna look up Adam 22 then died from a cocaine overdose, and he was using Viagra at the same damn time, and he was letting other dudes pipe out his girl, and then he was piping out the other girl, and then next thing you know he had a heart attack. So yeah, this dude will be the next up. But then also, like John Gilley was saying, they don't talk about the Mexican on Mexican violence, because this guy said they don't really get into it with the blacks like that, but it's a lot of Mexican on Mexican violence. I'm just tired of how they just try to play us all the time in the media, man. The jokes write themselves, man. Let's get it.
Oh, that haircut.
That's what we call a shag, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you see somebody walking right now with a shag gang, you already know you can be because of that shag on. It's like a target, you know? It's like right now, if I walk right now down the street, I know I'm going to be a target, so.
All right, fellas, well, stay safe and keep growing that hair out, okay?
Shout out to the blow, he gave us 50 in the.
That's what the Mexicans wear at all the boxing tournaments. So is that really like what that means? They a gang member, but they got the shag? Because all the Mexican boys was having a shag, all of them, and they all get knocked out too. All of them. Nobody wins. No Mexicans win. But let's get it.
The shit that's for a month. Here's the coordinates for you to learn.
This mall's been here a long time.
This is like culture right here.
How you doing?
How are you doing? Good.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's a sure sign that somebody is about it in the streets around here?
You can never tell nowadays. Some people look like regular people and they got a whole gun on them. You wouldn't even know. People like these people right here look regular people, but they could be killers. You never know.
For instance, I would say a Bape hoodie.
Nah, we don't really get into that swag fashion stuff. People up north will do that though.
¿Qué puedes decir a la gente sobre el pueblo pequeño?
Que venga al mall de la 26, que no está cerrado y que no se va a cerrar. Latino y americano y todos. ¿Por qué? Porque arriba México y arriba Chicago.
Do you guys identify more as being American or Mexican or a mix?
A mix. Mix, probably.
Are you proud to be an American?
Oh yeah, always. Proud to be.
Hey, Torian, that's a great question, man, and we're gonna definitely uncover that as the video goes on, man. That's a great question. But let's get it.
American.
I'm just glad to be here. My dad voted for Trump.
A lot of Mexicans with Trump. Really? I fuck with Trump. The media be having you feel like Trump is bad, but once you actually do your own research and shit, you realize what's good and what's bad.
So right now he's in a big controversy. They're trying to put him in prison for up to 20 years for espionage. Do you think it's a witch hunt, or do you think he might be guilty?
They don't like Trump because he said the truth. When you speak the truth, they'll try to get rid of you.
I feel like they try to spread the narrative that Trump hated Mexican people.
Now, Obama deported more Mexicans than any other president combined.
With Trump, at least you know what he's gonna do because he don't lie. Everybody else is like they're gonna lie to our face.
Do you trust the government?
You can't trust the government.
In the past year, like about a year.
So it's funny. So let's say like, so there's probably a good chance some of these folks' parents are illegals. So if Trump says he's gonna do away with birthright citizenship and he's gonna send all the illegals back, what does that mean for them? Are they still gonna be like, yeah, I like Trump. Let's go.
year and a half ago, you see nothing but Mexicans right here in Little Village. But now it's nothing but Guatemalans and stuff because they're sending from Texas over here to downtown. And they're sending from downtown, they're sending them right here to Little Village. I mean, so far they haven't really started no trouble or nothing. But now it's hard to get rent and stuff. But it ain't nothing because at once we were all immigrants here. You feel me?
A lot of these places have been robbed recently, right?
Yeah, mostly everybody been robbed right here.
Muchas lugares que vende elote, drones viene.
Vienen
Con un arma?
Yeah,
Con arma.
3, 4 guns, put them in your face, give me your money.
Sí,
Hombres ponen un arma en tu cara.
Ajá, sí.
Es muy loco.
Vienen así, mira, como él. Sí, de ese color. Ay, no.
Hombres mexicano?
No, moreno.
Moreno.
People are coming robbing is like 90% black, really. That's just robbing our own neighborhood.
Que asaltaron aquí de este lado y de ahí dieron la vuelta por acá y salieron otros dos y me pusieron aquí.
So who's lying? Who's lying? Is it the Mexican boys saying that it's all Mexicans being here, or the Mexican boys lying saying that that we don't have any beef with the blacks, or are these ladies just lying trying to be anti-black because it's easy to use the black man as a scapegoat? Which one is it? And do you guys really think that I'm gonna ask Hurricane because Hurricane is from Chicago. So do you guys think that do you think that black men or black gang members, I guess, that would they come over to Little Mexico to try to rob the Mexicans? Would they be really doing that and they know the Mexicans get down? What do you think about that? Let me know.
The reason they target all these people is because they know they're illegal immigrants and they know that none of these people can have guns.
La policía ayúdate or no?
Sí, pero ellos no pueden agarrarlos a ellos.
I know somebody they robbed 3 times. She's right there. I will go. Yo.
You know those guys?
Yeah.
Oh, they're coming back around, huh?
Do you know them?
I saw some hand signals going on over there.
Everybody gets shot on.
It's sad to hear this happening to small business owners. It's already nearly impossible. It's already.
You know what, John? That's real right there, man. I know a lot of Mexican dudes in real life that are legit cool as hell. I got some half Mexican cousins, and their mom is Mexican, and they got a full-blooded Mexican older brother, and as a kid, we grew up with him. So I'm used to like Mexicans being cool in my face, but then now I'm seeing all this anti-blackness all over the media and all that kind of stuff, and on the internet, and it was a shock to me in a way. But yeah, you're right, man. They are kind of brainwashed. It's weird. It's like you don't realize that they don't rock with you either. You just don't get it. Hurricane says no, they would not. Hurricane, yes, okay. So the black gangs are not that effective, and they know they'll be targeted. Right? That doesn't make any sense. You'd be a sitting duck, right? Because like you said, they're not that effective because they're not really organized. You got one guy roving around being a Ronin. He's deleting 2 guys over here. You got another guy over here deleting 3 guys over there. This guy doesn't like that this guy took his girl, so he deleted him. Or they're having a fight now. So yeah, but Hurricane says there are some stubborn ones that learn the hard way, but still, overall, this lady's just kind of just using the black man as a scapegoat. Like Rob said, man, non-black women tend to do that. Black Star Roger says the black boogeyman, they learn from their white counterparts. Facts. What's good, young Nine? He says, I think they're the ones who right. And that's why they got the mask on. They just sitting there and playing in broad daylight. Yeah, who did it? She said the blacks, but she know damn well they did it. Let's get it.
Pretty like a 90% fail rate to be a small business, and then especially a little one on the corner getting robbed. It's just bullshit, dude. So where are we right now?
Last person, Kenzie. All the taco trucks and shit we got in this.
This is one of the best ones in the area?
Yeah, hell yeah.
What does your grandma think when she sees you in a ski mask?
I mean, she be tweaking that shit, bro, Got a lot out here,
Are there any gangster chicks around here?
Oh, a ton of gangsters. Tortas out here. There you go. I'm playing. I don't know.
Call them tortas?
We can call them tortas.
I want to meet a torta.
You want to meet a torta?
We filmed the first part of this video on an ordinary day in June and went back in September on Mexican Independence Day where things were happening.
I'm not trying to get wrapped up in any rivalry shit.
He shouldn't be in the car then, bro. He shouldn't be in the car because you look just like them. You just ain't got no mask on.
Hey!
What the fuck?
Dude, no.
He went after a guy with a machete?
Oh! What the fuck? Holy fucking shit, bro.
So you got the guys that they keep videos of girls and then you got the guys. They keep videos of their deletions, and I guess I guess that's what they're doing right now. Let's get it.
There's no one dead.
Holy.
We'll hit you up in just a little while then, okay?
Oh man.
What do you think? Fuck no. Especially it's on Facebook now, so he's probably got a target on his head.
Yeah. It's not a good idea to go to.
If he just somebody with a machete? This is like the perfect day for someone to hunt his ass down.
I feel like if we don't come today, it's probably not going to happen. If you hadn't been involved in something sketchy earlier, I wouldn't be having any second thoughts, but because I'm
Hurricane, you made a good point because you just said they tore it up wherever the hell they was, but then you see like a video about like some black kids hanging around downtown, and that goes viral on the news, and they're talking about it for 3 weeks straight. That's interesting, man. You know, the double standards are crazy, man. Like Rob said, man, you just see all this BS around here, and you just snap one day and just, man, bro, you just got to start talking about it. You got to start talking back.
people going to want to circle the block for you later today? Is the guy alive?
What's that?
Yesterday with the police. You're a sitting duck, basically. We'll see you in a little bit, okay? So we're here downtown Chicago in the famous little village on a special day, Mexican Independence Day, and we're here to explore what it's like to be a Latin king. And it's honestly a little bit scary because there's an active turf war going on between 3 rival Mexican gangs. I'm someone that is here for peace and uniting people. It's rumored that in Chicago...
Bro, shut the hell up, man. Did you just say that bullshit, bro? You here for uniting. Bro, you're an agent of chaos, dog. You literally have a channel that's talking about Latin kings. What are you saying right now, bro? I'm about to go check out what your other channel content is talking about, bro. You need to shut the hell up with that.
I go alone. There are 10 to 20,000 Latin kings, and that's just one gang. That is a lot of people. We're gonna hit the streets.
26th Street, 28th Street, nigga, all day.
What are we celebrating today?
Nigga, Mexican Day, nigga. Mexican Independence.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit, nigga.
A lot of people have been commenting, come to this place, but hey, you wanna join my gang? Big Dog's Gotta Eat. We're nationwide. We're growing. We're actually worldwide. I get orders from all over the place, and I love to see it. If you want to join the coolest gang in the country, Big Dog's Gotta Eat.
We out here, look, 26 with my niggas, village, boy.
What is the celebration about today?
So we out here Independence Day, you feel me? We out here celebrating our heritage.
I feel like important to everybody is that feeling of freedom and independence. Like it just gets your blood pumping. Like we were all born to be free and do what we want.
Yes, sir.
SDK, 28th Street.
Okay.
Dark Knight call it Bruce Wayne, bitch hit harder than Bane. Chief keep I go bang bang, keep a drum, don't gotta aim.
What you want, Tommy? Nigga, you know we at nigga 28th Street, no little city. Nigga get with it, get whacked.
Where y'all from? Oh, nigga. What's the lingo around here?
The folks, you know what I'm saying? Big old SDK, all around here. Big old SDK, you know what I'm saying?
There's a heavy police presence around.
Hell yeah. They know shit don't lead them. All they want is guns, you know what I'm saying?
I did some research. It looked like blocks that are right next to each other.
Bro, these dudes do not sound like they have held on to any type of their obviously they're celebrating Mexican Independence Day, but they want to be black. They want to be black. Like DeAndre said, gang content is all the white place. The whites. I guess that's how they say it, the whites. The whites. Black like say, oh man, that'd be ugly. That'd be ugly for them. That'd be ugly for them. Let's see what else we got here. Force say also the blacks and Mexicans allow this. if he was one of our own, he wouldn't be. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Imagine a Mexican boy coming in there. If he was like an Asian or a white dude, they'd be like, "Yeah, come on in, man. Yeah, come on in home. Come on in home." It's like, like it's cool. Like we kind of always act like when like, have you ever seen like that when a white girl or a white man does like a dance that's black, or they tend to have a little rhythm? Maybe they rap or they sing. They get super embraced like it's like the newest technology that was coming from the year 3000 or something like that. That's exactly what this is hitting like for me. I love Hispanic Latinos. Right. Yeah. What's good, Fresno Seville? Yeah, it's real annoying, man. It's real annoying. And that seems to be the lingo. This guy's asking, what's the lingo? What's the lingo, bro? You're hearing the lingo right now. You're hearing the lingo right now. And that's actually a good video. Because I know Win Lose a Rug said something about them, I guess, extorting the illegals. And then Torian was wondering, what do they do towards the illegals? And I would love for somebody to like this dude right here specifically to make a video. I would love it. That's what he should do. You really want to get into the thick of things and be a man with the unity. Show all that off. Show all that off. But let's get it.
Are kind of beefing. Yeah, nah, ain't no black beefing. The only shit we don't fuck with is cross cow. You cross cow, you get it fucked over. Is it possible you take to make peace? Ain't no peace, man. Man. What is this area known for? They say, what's this area known for? Huh? They say, what's this area known for? What? They say, what's this area known for? Know what it's known for, gang.
I'm from 25th, nigga. What's up? Borderline, California.
Go ahead.
Rockwell killer, 2-4 killer, nigga. Lazy Burns, nigga.
How much you have to make to be like, okay, I'm rich now? You know, to keep your family straight. A lot of people are squeezed because grocery prices are going up. Everything's going up.
Hey, you gotta hustle through that shit. Go to work and make your bread.
What's gonna happen tonight, you think? Man, you never know. You never know. Say too much. Hey, look, the hospitals they talking about they from be out here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just not built for it. Yeah. I would get nervous if this is my life day to day.
Shout out Lil Wacker from Boulevard on gang on California 20.
What you saying?
I say y'all already talking like y'all already body. It's a lot of my block and we catching the body. Me and Latif, we like joining Scotty. We hop out the car, you know it's a homie. Go ask around if you want to know about me. Whole lot of rounds when a nigga try to rob me. Glock in the box, got me feeling like Roddy. I need me a new bitch to ride flat body. I'm the class, he's there, I was signed. Fuck it, tell me, don't spend with time. Fuck it, let you gonna aim at his body. While these niggas talking like they know about me. 2 Glocks while I'm on it, 2 super sorry. Niggas play stupid, whisper up the fight.
Anything come through.
Man, if you don't sit your ass down and go make some reggaeton music, boy.
We blowing the niggas out. I'm praying for peace.
Hey, y'all gonna catch some action though at 8 o'clock on bro.
8 o'clock, Wait, at 8 o'clock tonight? Yeah. What time is it? 7:30. You want a vest?
You want a vest?
I got one in my trunk. I don't want to see anyone get hurt. They made a threat at a specific time that 8 o'clock. Yes. So when I do these videos, they can always.
They set appointments for the game time.
Stands out to me like how different someone's life experience could be. You could be an Amish guy that's with your farm and your goats, and then you could be living like this where like there's a bunch of kids. I mean, how old do you think the average kid is? I'm 23, 16, right?
I'm 17. I know 13-year-olds out here smoking.
Yeah. Do you guys have any Spanish words you could teach me about the area? Like, of all things you could read, what made you choose the street life?
I ain't choose street life chose me.
What are the upsides to this street life and what are the downsides?
The upside is getting money, you know what I'm saying? The downside is ending up in a grave or a jail, you know what I'm saying? You don't want evidence, none of that shit come to you.
Do you know many people that's happened to?
Yeah, I got a couple cousins from my nigga Wicked.
What does your mother think about this?
My mother passed away, gang. I don't got a mother right now, or I got a father right now. I lost both of them, gang, you know what I'm saying?
How old were you when that happened?
It recently happened 2 years ago. I lost my uncle last year and lost my daddy a couple years ago, the year before, you know what I'm saying?
Sorry about that.
It's what it is, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go.
That loud kaboom got my heart rate up.
That's nothing until you hear coming towards you, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What made you come into the street like this, sorry? At what age did you lose some people?
12 years old.
How did you see life after that, after losing somebody close to you?
That shit hurt. That shit made me want to push more and shit.
So it comes with the lifestyle.
So this boy's running around here doing what the tether was talking about. You have the little boys. You have the little boys going around and they're messing up the neighborhood, but you guys should be pushed out by the migrants. Let the migrants take it over. And now we're saying what happens when migrants take over a neighborhood. I think that one dude, Your World, Harvey, I think he said something about Little Village used to be like a little more black, and then the Mexicans came in and just overran it. I don't know. Hurricane, let me know if that's true.
You asking, I got the drop. We should go on nasty thought. We should go on nasty thought. I don't even talk a lot. I don't even like to talk. You the type to talk it out. I'm the one to chalk it out. No, I like the chopper sound. I like the hawk it down. We don't shoot a final with. That's how they.
What's life like right now?
Man, shit crazy, gang. You feel me? Ain't no joke, gang. This shit real life in the mud, gang. You feel me?
You know where we at, bro.
What made you choose this path?
Once you live in this hood, you know, it's all family. You don't choose this life.
Life chooses you?
Your life chooses you.
Do you have children yet?
Damn it.
I flinched on that one. So every few minutes, an explosion's been going off. You can just feel the energy in the air right now. It's a little, like people are expecting something to happen. And they say that in 15 minutes, there's going to be a shootout. And that's the last thing I want to be a part of. I always hope people can find a way to find peace and love and brotherhood in this world. And this shit is no joke. So we got a couple more minutes until we got to head out. I heard at 8 o'clock shit's going down. And that's not something I want to be a part of. So I'm going to be out of here.
I got you.
If people tell me at 8 o'clock there's a shootout, yes, my instincts are get the out of here. That's my instinct.
Nah, the ops just know we out here because they know we be out here. You feel me? We outnumber them. They won't even think about pulling us down this block.
What's the initiation process to get into the squad?
Speak about that.
No, it's the secret.
We don't speak about that.
Can a white boy join?
Tommy 28th Street.
I'm not gonna make any
Tommy
symbols.
28th. What you got, gang?
If they can't talk about the initiations, I'm guessing there's either some deleting or maybe there's some backdoorian type stuff, as Corey Holcomb would say. And now these are also south of the Bordarians, as Torian Rain would say. Let's get it.
Talking about
What's up, gang?
that's that shit. We do this shit for real. What you talking about?
That's a wrap, folks. I'm going back to the safety of Milwaukee.
Hey, come back.
I appreciate that.
Come back.
I wish peace and prosperity for you guys.
This ain't nothing though. Come back.
There's very few times where I feel like we have to get the hell out of here. Do you feel that right now?
I'm feeling that right now.
That may have been the most reckless squad we've worked with yet. Did you guys feel a little nervous?
Yeah.
What the?
Well, especially because they're spraying the.
I got a gun pointed at my face like 2 or 3 times. Oh, the ops are coming. Like, they were excited about it. Our plan was to meet with the OG that kind of runs things in this area, and we were just early to the party, so he hadn't popped out yet. But we can become so much in this life if you apply yourself the right way. Who am I to say that if I grew up here, surrounded by it? I mean, if ops are 2 blocks away, either way, you kind of have to join. Like, what are you going to get beat up or bullied or bitched to not join? Like, even just the basic decency of not pointing a gun at somebody's face. Dog.
Man, they say you should use.
So he's making excuses for the Mexicans right now. But if it was black people, he'd be like, "Well, you pull yourself up by the bootstrap. Yeah, curl. I like curly things. I like pearly things." So Fridge Severe says he don't think that that's what happens when the immigrants come over. But I disagree, brother. I disagree. I think that this is this is kind of what happened, as time went on. It probably didn't happen immediately. Their parents probably did come over and they was on that hard work and maybe landscaping and owning a little taco stand and maybe doing some menial jobs for a little bit of money. But this is what happened after a while. And you can tell all these boys probably was seeing they moms and them, cleaning toilets and doing all that little peon work. And they was like, "I don't want that, Holmes. I want to get some money. I want the dinero. I want the dinero." Yeah, the ops is crazy, Derek. The ops is crazy. The ops is crazy. So now what's the name? So now that Torian was talking about how did the immigrants, the other immigrants feel about them. Let's go ahead and get into that, man. Let's go ahead and get into that. Let me see if I got the right one here. Oh yeah, this the one. This the one. This the one. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and check this one out here. The next one is about the Chicago migrants, and it's this time it's the immigrants speaking on the immigrants. So we're gonna check that guy out. Let's see where that thing at right here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here we go right here. So this one is by NBC Chicago. It says Chicago migrants heated community meeting at Brighton Park over proposed migrant camp. I already liked the video because I thought it was interesting that these people that at some point were immigrants are hating on the immigrant. I mean, but it's different. It's vastly different though when you come over here legally and you've done everything right. I have respect for those people, but the people that just come over here illegal and they get all the handouts. I just can't truly respect it. Even to a degree, the illegals that stay out the way. The illegals that stay out the way, they don't really, they're not moving into the black people neighborhoods. Like if you think about it, like here in Atlanta, all the Mexicans, mostly they move to Mexican populated areas or Latino populated areas. Like most of them are on Buford Highway. Most of them are in Duluth, Gwinnett, all that. So it's I think it's just definitely different when you got these folks trying to run up in your neighborhood. But let's get in and see what these folks got to say.
They won't be here forever. And if something happens, we have Chicago Police Department. We have resources that will uphold the law, So
to discuss the migrant encampment at 38th in California. I want to first start by stating that this is not a 15th Ward issue. This is a 12th Ward issue, but this is a Brighton Park issue. And I'm a resident of Brighton Park, as are all of you. Many of you here and many of you who are not here called my office following the Kelly High School meeting, stating that you did not feel you had the opportunity to have your voice heard. The purpose for tonight is to give you an opportunity to speak publicly, for the record, for the media, to share your thoughts and concerns about what is being proposed, about what has been agreed to and signed for 38th in California. We know.
Oh, that's wasn't that what the little Mexican boy was just talking about in the last video? California. I'm from California. 30th in California homes. Wasn't that what he was just saying? I don't know. So I guess they are trying to move them into the neighborhood. But I guess that's why the other immigrants are talking, because now they're starting to push them into their neighborhood. So they're starting to feel it. When it was just us, didn't nobody care. I haven't heard any white people talk about it. I've heard white people kind of say like the basic, I guess the base surface level knowledge about it. Yeah, they're gonna take our jobs, dude. The old school conservative white guy thing, the old school conservative white guy grift, because like, bro, they're not really doing anything to y'all. You guys are fine. But yeah, I haven't heard any white guys. Let's see what these guys are saying here though.
That it was announced last week while a virtual meeting was going on that the contract creating the migrant base camp had been signed by the mayor a week prior. $90,000 a month in rent will be given for that location to house nearly 2,000 migrants at 38th in California. We asked.
Speaking of that, Black, like that's a good point you brought up. I know that dude that you sent me, the actual justice warrior, racist dude. He made a video about them having because like you said, the 13 gang. What's it? MS-13. They have the gang is going crazy in El Salvador or something like that. So they had to build a huge prison. They had like a bunch of dudes stacked on top of each other, like they was private to booty. Everybody was in there so stacked together, like you had no choice but to be up on the next man in Indian style. So yeah, man, that is interesting when you think about it. And I don't know, my mom she be trying to kind of cape for him a little bit, and I'm trying to be a little nicer on the video because she was talking about, yeah, you shouldn't be so mean, but it's like if they're having like the largest prisons and they're having a pretty crazy gang culture, they have a very corrupted society, like a corrupted government and everything like that. The cartel runs Mexico, for crying out loud. So I mean, how can we not say that a good chunk of these guys aren't running away from being I guess judged in court, or being sentenced to prison or something like that, or maybe they're running away from being grapers, or maybe they are grapers and stuff like that. We don't even know what went on during the pilgrimage here. We don't know what happened. I'm pretty sure there was a bunch of them like, yeah, little mama, yeah, So we don't know. I mean, we don't know, but I mean, we have a idea. I don't think it's propaganda either. But let's get it. Not like towards us, where most of us are pretty normal.
The mayor's office to join us today. They declined. They said that this was a 12th Ward issue and they will work with the 12th Ward. Fair enough. What they did give me was the document they gave at Kelly High School, which all of you have, and if any of you need, raise your hand. We'll gladly get it to you.
Ooh, where'd the bricks come from?
What we are going to do today is simply open the mic and let the community be heard.
Where do bricks come from?
Now I know we're looking in the room and wondering where everyone is. Well, we gave everybody an option. You can come here in person, or you could send us an email, all of which will be shared with the mayor and with my colleague and with the administration,
DeAndre, you
team
saw
members
that.
handling the migrant situation. 546 emails have been received to date. Overwhelmingly, the concerns are about the children, the concerns are about neighborhood safety, the concerns are about site safety, knowing that there are some issues with that location. All of this will be shared with the mayor. All of what you say today will be shared with the mayor. But I want to make one thing specifically clear. The contract has been signed and they're moving forward. So tonight, while we can't change that, I would like for you to think about not only what your views are as to what's happening, but also what you want them to do for the community moving forward if this is proceeding.
He said, yeah, you guys don't want them here, but fuck you. Yeah, we're gonna move forward. We're moving forward because low key we're a dictatorship, and we try to cosplay as democracy and whatnot, but fuck you, we're moving forward. Let's go.
Brighton Park can't just take it on the chin. You need to be able to stand up and say, if this is going to happen, you have to address X, Y, and Z for us too. Now's your chance to say it because everyone is listening. Tonight, I will repeat, if I don't have one of these, you don't get the mic. So if you have anything to say at any point, we're happy to get you a witness slip. We're not stopping anybody, but we want to do this in an orderly fashion. Additionally, everyone coming to the mic will have 1 minute and 30 seconds to say what they need to say. 90 seconds. You can be short, you can be to the point, but we also want to make sure we're helping getting everyone's voice heard as best we can. I will call up 5 people at a time. Go straight to the mic. Understood? Let's roll. Hector Delgado. And forgive me if I mess up anyone's names. It's not intentional. Anthony Volto. Richard Zupkis. Selena Gomez. And Yadira Silva. And please identify yourself when you come up to the microphone. Whoever gets there first, it doesn't bother me. You're first. Just announce your name, please.
Hector Delgado from Brighton Park. How you doing, neighbors? Good to see you, everyone. I'm glad to see everyone in here. Well, first of all, I don't agree with the camera. I lived in this community for a lot of years. My wife for over 35 years and have not seen significant investments in a community often plagued by violence, with no response from the police. Infusing a community with 2,000 migrants with no plans is not a feasible plan. It's not sustainable or fair. There is no assistance for schools, no plan for bilingual support. Now tell me, what about the migrants in this community that have lived here for over 30 years and have no viable path to citizenship? What about them? Tell me.
I think that's a fair question. I mean, the actual people that did it right, you're not giving them shit. So, yeah.
You have a new group that's getting everything right off the bat, and that is not fair. Do you guys agree? I do. Will they have support? There is no transparency or accountability. We deserve to be heard, and we deserve to have a voice. We are also part of the soul of Chicago. Thank you.
Evening, everybody. I'm Anthony Voitel from the 12th Ward in the McKinley Park neighborhood.
2 jobs. Everybody got 2 jobs. Like what are they saying? And they're not putting in any of the taxes that our people are getting from those jobs into our neighborhoods. But then they come in and they start letting the white folks build up the nice houses, or they start building a little Starbucks next to it, and then they start making the sidewalks nice. And now they're telling you gotta go, but they haven't done anything to help your neighborhood out this whole time when you've been paying taxes and being a normal, hardworking citizen. Let's get it.
This is an issue that is centered around housing, really. It's simply about housing, so I'm just going to speak to that. I want everybody in the room to know that I think the central question we should be trying to answer together as a community is, how can we ensure that nobody in the city of Chicago goes homeless, lives on the street, anything like that? I know that everybody in this room probably has to look at your paycheck at the end of the month and you say, half of this has got to go to the rent, or half of this has got to go to my mortgage. And each of us in this room is probably also considered, I'm one medical emergency away from losing my home. Maybe I'm a car crash away from not being able to get to my job and keep my job, keep my income. So I want us all to focus on how can we reach out to folks that are in need, whether you've been here for a day or whether you've been here for 30 years, to guarantee that everybody who calls Chicago home can have the right to a home, to shelter, to the security that comes with it. I think the city council is introducing something along the lines today, Mr. Lopez, on Bring Chicago Home. I hope that goes forward, because I think that is the core central issue here, that everybody deserves a right to a home. We should do everything we can to ensure nobody is home. Okay.
Richard?
Of Chicago. This is stupid. This is so stupid. Okay, you want to spend that kind of money? Fine. Where'd that $300 million go this year? How many migrants are here so far and they're coming in real fast? How many are on their way? 17 million crossed the border in the last 2 years. How many more are coming to Chicago? Where are we going to put them? Right now you're spending about $50,000, maybe $100,000 per newly arrived. We ain't got that kind of money. And then you're going to take that money and put them in a concentration camp? We have a lot of rental units. You want to put them somewhere nice, put them somewhere nice. Now, we said that you're not allowed to have a legalized marijuana federally, but we allowed that in Chicago. We said you can't have undocumented in the United States. We let that in Chicago. What about the jobs? Oh, we're not going to let them work. Booyah! In Chicago, let's let them work right away. Let's put them in housing right now. We are migrants. We are the migrants. We're here to support the migrants. Stop throwing stupid money at this. Get out of the way. Let us handle this. Bring the whole world here. We're cool. We'll make it happen without their stupid nonsense.
What? Okay, so I'm kind of lost in his message. Was he saying, don't bring the migrants in because we're already here and we can handle all these jobs and we can take all this money that you guys are giving to these people and all these handouts? Or is he saying, just let them here and we can handle this? Don't try to tell us where you're gonna put them and all that. We can handle it ourselves. I don't get it. That joker was talking fast. I could have swore he was like, "Die bears." I could have swore he was about to hit that. That was joker. I guess it was because it sped up too. But that joker, it looked like he was one of them guys. What's the little dude that be out there like, I got 80 going once, 80 going twice, 80 going 3 times. So he was like that. He got up there and got his point out the way. Hurricane said he don't even know what the hell. Right? Yeah, bro. I'm confused, bro. I'm confused. Like, I didn't get it. Was he saying? I don't know. That boy sound like TLA. Let's go. That boy ripped this little paper like that was gonna do something too. Like they was gonna be like, oh gosh, he ripped the paper. We gotta pick that shit up, guys. They're gonna get the janitor to pick it up. They're gonna get an illegal migrant to pick it up, and it's gonna be all good and kosher, dog. Let's go. Boy, you did not do no nothing.
As a reminder, please identify yourself when you speak, please.
Big time.
Noches, señor. Perdón. Buenas noches a todos. Estoy nerviosa, disculpen. Yo lo que quiero hablar, lo que quiero expresar. Yo lo único que me pude dar cuenta que hay que los que tomaron la decisión de que se ponga un campamento en contra de todos los que dejaron afuera son los alumnos de la escuela, los maestros y el personal de la escuela, porque ellos estaba todo preparado cuando nosotros. Yo pude entrar porque llevaba una señora de la tercera.
And she's saying that the students at the school.
Si todos votaron a favor de ella, era un
She
impedimento
only
para que
accounted
entraran
for
los
the media
demás.
that was inside. She didn't take note of everyone that was outside waiting, and they didn't let any of the residents in.
No se da a domicilio por domicilio a preguntarnos si estamos de acuerdo. Eso es mentira. Mentira que se le agredió a él y a su compañero. También es mentira.
And that's a lie.
Yo he estado ahí.
I think that I guess I can kind of understand the narrative of, you voted for this particular politician and they were okay with these policies. But I think something like Sanctuary City shouldn't be up to just one particular politician. I think it should be something that's voted in by everybody. That should be the thing going forward. Everybody should be able to vote whether their city's a sanctuary city or their state's a sanctuary state or whatever the hell. And I think most people are not okay with that. Especially when you bring up the fact that these folks is they're letting these little undocumented bros come up here and be high value men with a $9K a month salary. Imagine that, man. Like I was talking about in the other stream, man. Imagine I just want to pack up and go to Japan, and they was like, "Yeah, we give you a $9K every month, and you can stay wherever you want to stay." Bro, I'll be up there. I'll be living great. Whatever little country I want to go to, they hit me with $9K a month. Are you serious? And then they hit me with a little free hotel situation for the first year. What are we saying? I'm gonna stack that money up, and I might get a house. What are we saying right now? I'll put a down payment on a house with that money. Let's get it. They feed me too.
Yadira Silva? Was that her? Selena, okay, gracias.
All right. Zhao Hong Chen. Thank you, Baraza. Thank you. Yun Mo. Michael Lin. Please identify yourself.
大家好，我叫陈小红，我在美国，我现在是公民，我在美国18年了。
My thing is, there's nothing that we can change. Things already in
Fair,
place.
Hard
The
Day.
plan is already here. The immigrants are already here. So we have to find solutions to address the problems that are going to be happening in the future. And that means providing housing and providing support for these families of these children, because these children are going to grow up. You know, they're going to be youth. They're going to be adults. So we want to be able to support them in the best way that we can.
Hello, good evening. Some of you might recall my last appearance at Kelly High School on October 24th. I was so enthusiastic during that speech that I even lost my voice the following day. First and foremost, let's recognize that many of us in this community are migrants ourselves. When we come to the United States, we did not expect handouts from taxpayers. We work diligently to make a living and contribute to the society we now call home. We deeply value self-reliance and self-sufficiency. However, there's a specific group of migrants who have been treated differently. They receive free housing, free meal, free Medicare, and much more. This raises the question, why is this happening? Our concerns are not about
So while I understand that a lot of non-black immigrants are anti-black, unfortunately, I do agree with this, and I definitely feel for the people that did it right, and they came in here and they worked hard and they worked their way up and they didn't get no extra money. They just had to keep on grinding until they take that little citizenship test and all that. Then they got right. But I mean, still, don't immigrants, period, don't they get like extra little things set aside for them, like little benefits and stuff? So they get benefits, it's just not to the clown world levels of these illegals that they're bringing in now. Am I right? Like, you know, because you notice everybody's running around here owning a store. Somehow everybody's owning this. They build up in a matter of like 3 or 4 or 5 years or something like that, where, you know, you've been here your whole life and all that. I don't think it's coincidence, but let's go.
Opposing migrants in general, but about ensuring that those who cross the border and come here respect the principle of hard work, self-sufficiency, and the value that our community upholds. Furthermore, it's critical to highlight that the city of Chicago is currently spending a staggering $40 million of taxpayers' money every month on these migrants. This is an issue that deserves our attention and consideration. All right, thank you. Good night.
Yeah, sign me up, John.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yomo. I live in Brighton Park for over 20 years now. And I'm an immigrant myself, so I'm not against the idea of having more people here. But my issue here is with the city of Chicago. There's only 24 hours in a day, and you know this is the limit. And when you know your budget is running out, how can you keep just saying except? You know, you cannot do something that imaginary that there will be money pouring down and to help keep doing this thing, okay? You have to have a limit. You have to just say to them, no, I cannot do this anymore. This is what I really think, because I pay my tax and you don't spend your money on our residents here. You know, we have potholes. My tree wasn't trimmed, okay? I called the city for 2 years, they never come. And now they even remove my request because they say, oh, we have a new program now. We're gonna do it block by block. I don't know when that's gonna come to my neighborhood here, okay? So why not treat ourselves, you know, treat our residents who really pay the money for everybody here, okay? That nicer, okay? We need help too. You know, you have to take care of your own people first. Thank you.
Jacqueline Rivera, Sandra on Maplewood.
Jay, what's good?
Sandra Mao. Is that, yes? Okay. Maria Roland, Ricardo Palacios, and Sabrina Zuniga.
All right, I'm a little nervous, guys. Okay, so my name's Jackie Rivera. I am from Brighton Park. I live right across from that building that they're going to be building. My main concern is obviously safety, which I'm pretty sure everybody here is also concerned about. I did read on the article that you guys were giving us that you guys have a plan or are planning on having a plan, you know, to work with the community.
What do you guys think that tether from the video earlier would say about these people? What do you guys think would be his solution to their gripes about the migrant crisis? Do you guys think he said the same thing he said thus? You guys are not doing anything with the neighborhood anyway. Let the migrants come in and take it over. Or do you guys think he'd be like, he's not fair.
ACPD to protect us or whatnot. But what is that plan? Do we have a draft already? Do we know what's going to be happening if something like that happens, or if there's any issues inside the camp or outside the camp? Can we see this plan? Is there any way that we can see the plan, or if we have any questions? The second question that I have is, how are you guys going to be bringing the immigrants in here? Are you guys going to be doing background checks on them? Are you going to be checking that they're feasible in order for them to be there? Is there going to be like certain things that are going to disqualify them from being there or whatnot? Obviously, our community is already suffering from, gun violence and drug violence also. So how is CPD or, everybody else going to guarantee that we're going to be safe? I did read on the last page also that, unless there's a reason for discharge, is violent or active threat towards others, residents may be placed at another shelter. But what other shelters do you guys have? I've only heard of, you guys building a camp on our, Brighton Park, but I haven't heard of any other shelters happening. So we want to know what's going on with that and what you guys plan on, what other facilities you guys have. So.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good evening. My name is Maria Rowland. I also live on 38th Street. I'm at the end towards Sacramento. I've been in that area for 54 years. I've raised my family, my grandchildren.
Not like she look like she got some muscle balls to mix into that rice and tortilla coalition.
My children went to Kelly, went to Davis, but I'm also a senior. I'm 80 years old. I live alone. My concern is safety. Why is it that I know a lot of people think that because they're immigrants that we all should agree, but I would like to ask those people who say, yeah, let them help them. How would you like 2,000 people in your backyard, in my alley, where there's two openings, one on California, one on Sacramento? We were told that we would get wood all the way to the back. There's two openings in there. So who's going to be watching that if they're not coming out in California, they're coming on Sacramento. So who's going to be there for security for people like me? There's a lot of us who are seniors, and I'm really concerned. All this money is spent on them. On my way to church, I see a lot of homeless people. Why are they being homeless and in the street? And yet we're spending that kind of money on immigrants. Even though I'm from Puerto Rico, I'm still considered an immigrant because nothing was given to me when I came here from Puerto Rico 70 years ago. I also pay my taxes and I raised my family here. So yeah, I'm very concerned. And those who are for it, I would like to give you 500 of those people in your backyard and see how would you.
My name's Ricardo Palacios. I want everybody here, especially all the news. I blame the mayor, the alderwoman. I give Senor Raymond Lopez for coming here representing the 12th ward. Where's our people? Got their finger where they don't belong. First, the mayor is fighting for something that got nothing to do with us. He ain't fighting for our senior citizens. He's not fighting for our veterans. He's not fighting for our kids. Our schools are already overcrowded. Where are you going to put these kids? Now, another thing, that ground is contaminated. But look what the guy said.
Jay, my grandma is older than Biden, and she's way sharper than him. She can still run. She still be running around here planting. She looks 10 times younger than him. Biden is just out bad. I guess you could say he got a bad genetic case out here in these streets, which is unfortunate. But yeah. Oh, Black Light said the lady's lying. He said that lady was lying. But the Chipotle and Chin coalition. Christopher Severe says he did. Okay, I guess y'all arguing about some points and stuff. Okay. Throw the tomatoes at them. Yeah, this one right here, we kind of get the I guess we get the gist of it. Let's go into the black sector, because we know that we always put extra seasoning on everything and that we do. So we know that that's going to be a much more interesting video. Much more interesting. Facts, man. Hurricane, everybody's grandma, all our grandmas running around here sharp as hell. Biden let that racism and then that bad genetic pool, gene pool cost him in the end. But let's go and check out this next video right here with the the black people that are fed up with this mess, as they should be. They're fed up. And let's see what this coon service. I don't know if he's a coon service or is he a demo coon.
Very quickly.
Let me make that thing bigger, man. Make that thing bigger. Y'all see the title: Chicago migrants. Rep. Jonathan Jackson holds heated town hall on Chicago migrants. All right. So I guess I've heard something about Jonathan Jackson, and it wasn't good. So let's get it.
The challenges that we're. Hold on. Easy. So here we go. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor.
Oh, she was lying.
What's happening in Chicago right now in the migrant crisis? We're looking at warehouses being used, police stations, schools, libraries, all of these different places. I want to give you a little bit of a background on how do we get to this point and where the federal government is and what's happening in Chicago. So this will be a deep dive. I'm not a flyby, and I can sit here and talk with you all night long. So this is what you got me here for, so I'm available. I'm not running. Okay.
You need to run from that bad haircut you got. Your barber, you need to go and cut that shit off, boy. You got a bald spot and your lineup is pushed back, boy. Go and run from that, bro. Cut that shit off.
Where are the migrants coming from in this wave? The migrants in large part are coming from Venezuela. What's happened in Venezuela? The United States, after President Hugo Chavez came to power almost 15 years ago, he has since has died. he was a socialist and was doing a lot of economic reforms. There was a backlash against his government by the United States. So we started doing a embargo, blocking his oil sales. Then from there, we started the sanctions under the Trump administration. So what's happened in the last 15 years in Venezuela is they've had the equivalent of 3 Great Depressions. So this is one of the wealthiest countries on earth if they could sell their oil, but they've had the equivalent of 3 Great Depressions. So now over 7 million people have had to leave their country. Many of the people that you're seeing in these shelters and police stations and so forth had a house, had an apartment, had a place to stay. But because we've taken them out of the foreign exchange process, the United States government, you cannot use a U.S. credit card in Venezuela. They cannot sell their oil to the United States. They have suffered 3 Great Depressions. And because we're the only country in the region and in the world that has a problem with Venezuela, they want to leave. And in turn, the bordering countries end up welcoming them and transporting them to the next city, all the way to the Mexican border. So from Caracas, Venezuela to Chicago, Illinois is 2,499 miles. You can walk to Caracas, Venezuela. You can drive to Caracas, Venezuela. You can bicycle to Caracas, Venezuela. You don't need to fly. You don't need to take a boat. It's one contiguous landmass is what I want people to understand. And then we're going to go into a deeper dive on how did we get to this current challenge. The migrant crisis timeline starts when Hugo Chavez is elected. There's repercussions.
So so the United States has a problem with their country, but they're taking in all their people from their country. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So if they have a problem with their country and they've caused all the issues for their country, wouldn't the people that are coming from that country have some disdain for the United States? Wouldn't that be kind of a conflict of interest in a way? Let's go.
The United States wasn't happy. Mr. Chavez has since deceased, and then Maduro came in there, and the United States got even more selective in its prosecution and sanctions against them. Then he had a failed coup attempt in 2018. Then the United States puts in sanctions on the oil. They also own the Citgo oil company. The Venezuelan oil company has hyperinflation. We're talking about the 4 and 5% that we have on.
So this looney coon can sit up here and list all the atrocities or whatever I guess you could say that the United States has done. They ain't really atrocities compared to what they've done to us, but he can sit there and list all the wrongdoings that the United States has done towards Venezuela. And now he's like, yeah, we did all of it. And these people are suffering because of it. So we have to take them in. So he's justified. We have to take them in and give them your reparations. Well, we know that what happened to you caused where you're at right now, but we're not going to give you reparations. These people are literally jumping over us. And I guess this is more so being angry at the government. Like, I mean, I guess the illegals, they know now that they can come up here and finesse, but this is, I think this is, I think the more that most of the beef is aimed at the government for us. And what do you guys think about when all these different content creators say stuff like, if we vote Democrat in the coming years, then black people are going to be extinct soon? I think there's some truth to it, man. And you look at this right here. This is it used to be kind of more so undercover in a way. Like it was like, oh yeah, they ain't really they just bringing in illegals and stuff. But now it's a little bit more blatant to me. Like it's obvious that you want them in here to push us out. And when you listen to some of Joe Biden's old speeches where he says something about who's going to run the country when our population is declining, who's going to run the country? The blacks? He actually literally said that. He said, so yeah, we got the Latinos, the Latino community is a feature of our country. So these people are literally trying to do us in and push us out and make us extinct. And they don't care anything about us. And there's another video I want to go over that, all the stuff that we've been saying has literally been being said since our grandfathers and grandmothers was young. Let's get it.
On eggs and milk, they started having 75 and 100 and 200% inflation. So people could no longer eat there. And now the imports resume, eventually increasing to 153,000 barrels of crude oil a day. They had been totally shut down. President Biden 3 weeks ago lifted some of these sanctions so they could start selling oil so fewer people would be leaving. Why do we have to deal with this? Because there are over 400,000 people from Colombia and up the Pan American Highway that are trying to get here. So this is only the beginning of the wave. We're going to talk about it a little bit more. In Venezuela, highly dependent on fossil fuel, the sanctions have contributed to their economic hardship, and their inflation rate has been hovering around 300%. That is why people have had to leave the country to come here. The impact on the
Freshness Severe says Venezuela was almost as powerful as the U.S., but the problem was the president of Venezuela destroyed their government. Was that so the one that destroyed their government, is that the one that was a puppeteer that was placed in by the United States? And didn't they do like a coup or something, and then they got the old president back, and that's why they have more problems with him? I don't know. Anybody let me? I think I might have heard that on one of Black Light streams a little while back. But that is pretty interesting. Black Light says what's going on with black people is what would happen to hey, Starscream is a reckless little dude, man. Starscream is reckless. He don't know what the hell he's doing. All that, man. Okay, so Black Light comes in and factually says Nicolas Maduro was a president and he was trying to improve Venezuela, but he didn't. And the government, you tried to delete him, but they okay. Oh, so they were never close to us. Okay. Again, they chose to leave. Facts. Okay. I'm a little cleared up. Let's keep going with this Looney Coon here.
The city of Chicago and our region specifically has created more social unrest. There's been a disruption of public services. I, like many of you, have gone into a police station, and it is simply awful that this reduces the amount of time from which the police can leave and get to our houses when we're experiencing crime. This is why we all have to deal with this here. The last part is the uncertainty of the next steps. I was with Mayor Johnson this past week in Washington, D.C. He asked the president's chief of staff for $5 billion in additional funding so that we can offset this, not just for Chicago, but the 6 urban markets that Governor Greg Abbott is sending migrant populations to. I want to tell you about that. So Governor Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, created a program. Oh, and you don't have to worry about taking pictures of the slide. This fancy staff I have, they've got a QR code.
Black Light, when you put it that way, if they're giving so much money to all these other countries that literally don't deserve anything, I mean, well, I guess it would be kind of feeding into your own death in a way if you decided to go ahead and give Venezuela money, because so I guess instead they're like, yeah, not only can we mess the economy up, but we can also end black people's reign here. There'll never be 13%. Well, there actually will be 13% again, because we've been lying about the percentages this whole time. But that's interesting right there, man. I guess they couldn't, because they're at war with Venezuela in a way. Let's get it.
Code. The slides are going to be available. You're going to be able to go online and get your pictures. So we're going to go high tech. So there is a QR code that you'll be able to download your photos that you took in the lobby, as well as any of the presentation material I want you to have. So Governor Greg Abbott, what did he do specifically? Governor Abbott created in April of 2022. Mayor Lori Lightfoot was on front of this and on top of it. She started trying to combat the wave that what Mr. Abbott was doing. He created Operation Lone Star. And the purpose of that was to send this migrant population to 6 cities, this is his quote, that had Democratic mayors to take this population. So he's receiving money from ICE and other agencies and FEMA, keeping the money, and then sending the people on. I sent out a letter 3 weeks ago, asking the Department of Justice and the Department of Homeland Security to investigate Governor Greg Abbott on child smuggling.
That's interesting, man. You notice how they always try to deflect on the Republicans. Both of these folks is trash, man, on both sides. Let's get it.
So we first have to protect children. There are some seedy elements that are now coming around these police stations. Some people prey on children and prey on vulnerability. This is a portal. This is an entryway to prostitution and sex trafficking. I want it to stop. When we have children and families sleeping outside in 30-degree weather, you and I are walking as fast as we can to a bus shelter, to the train, or to our car. We don't want to stay outside in 30 degrees. They come from a region, in large part, that 60 degrees is cold.
Send them back home. Send them back home, just like your lineup is sent back, dog. It's that simple. Let's turn this guy up a little bit. He's talking slow and he's babbling.
They've never experienced anything like this. The reason I'm bringing this up, and I can mention this on this Sunday, our scriptures have a lot to say about the strangers, the migrants, and the refugees. So I don't want our community to turn on one another. We're going to see our way through this, but I want us to be informed as to what's going on. We're going to collaborate with our elected officials. Maybe there's some things that they have in the works I don't know about, things that I'm doing, I need to share with them, so we can have united force in front so we can share with you. I've asked all these elected officials to come out. I want to thank the ones that were available today. Others were available, but others were not available, but they sent representatives. Any other representative of an aldermanic office or state rep office I've not acknowledged, will you please stand? I don't want to, I know there were some chiefs or staffs. What office? Ronnie Mosley, thank Alderman Mosley. Yep, so Ronnie Mosley's office. Alderman Yancey, thank him. Alderman Lamont Robinson had sent a representative, so thank you all. I want you to know where the resources are. We're going to collaborate with elected officials. I've got a few action items that I would like to see them do, but let's go on into this housing. Currently, there are more than 68,000 Chicagoans experiencing homelessness in Chicago. We have to deal with both and. We can't have Chicagoans being stepped over to help other populations. I feel your pain, I understand. I've sent the letter off to our Secretary of HUD, Marcia Fudge. She's going to respond back to me. There's some other initiatives that are coming out. First of all, the state of Illinois is a sanctuary state. Chicago's a sanctuary city. This is not Chicago's burden alone. Some of these persons ought to be given the opportunity, both our residents and some of the migrants, to go to other parts of the state, to go to Peoria, to go to Moline, to go to Evanston, to go to Kenilworth, to go to Oak Park, go to some of the nice places as well. Go to Oak Brook. Everyone deserves.
Okay, so he's saying that even though this guy is a Looney Coon, what do you guys think about? So if they weren't primarily pushing the illegals into our neighborhoods all across the United States, and they kind of spread them out and they push them into more white areas, rural areas, would you guys still feel the need to say anything about it, or would you be more okay with it? Let me know.
Deserves a better shot at life.
Actually, I would still care, because if they're still giving them 9 racks a day, bro, that ain't even gonna work, bro. You can't give somebody 9 racks a day just because they decided to pack up and leave and come over here, and you got people out here that's struggling to pay their bills and figure out what's going on out here in the streets, where their next meal gonna come from, all that.
So we've got 68,000 people that are homeless that are Chicagoans, and a large part of those are veterans. I don't have the slide right now, but I've got to get it for you. But you need to see what the federal government has done over the last 40 years with public housing. They have continued to erode and take away and reduce the amount of public housing. That is why we need to vote our interest and vote our numbers, come out and vote so we can get back to the majority. Congresswoman Maxine Waters, over the financial services, had proposed $150 billion for affordable housing. Listen, that would eliminate all housing issues in America. So I don't take the vote lightly when they talk about $100 billion going to all these wars and all this defense abroad, when we need to have some investments right here in our country. And I started looking at the numbers, 100.
So like Black Light said, he's half-ass attacking the points and stuff. He's saying, yeah, well, they're sending stuff to all these people in countries abroad for war, but come and help the migrants. I mean, if you're gonna hate on them sending all this money to war, you should not like the fact that they're sending migrants in the black neighborhoods. I think it's two sides of the same coin. Let's get it.
$1 billion. $100 billion. That reminds me of the young rapper Shay. They had asked him, could he spell millions? And he said M-I-L illions. Well, when they talk about these billions, it's B-I-L illions. It's so many, and they act like it's not consequential. $100 billion could find the cure to eliminate Alzheimer's. $100 billion could eliminate Parkinson's. Don't get me started on what $100 billion could do in a peacetime. And a fun fact I looked up is in 2001, we had 9/11, 2000.
Hey, what do y'all think, man? My mom was proposing the idea. She was like, instead of them doing all this little extra, just spending the money just all willy-nilly, what if they took like a time during the year where you had a chance to allow 3 months of no rent, no car, it was like a government law. 3 months, no rent, no car, no bills. You just allow you to catch up and live. Do y'all think that would be good? Would you like that, or are you like, no, we need to be working. The American people work. Let me know.
2002, the Bush administration created the Homeland Security. I think they were initially funded at $6 billion in 2002, and then they got up to $19 billion by 2003. Who knows how much is in the Homeland Security budget now? Give me a stand up. You may win. Huh? $103 billion is what we're paying in Homeland Security.
I like the video.
That's not to the Department of Defense. That's just for Homeland Security. So I'm telling you, we've spent over $1 trillion in the last 20 years just on Homeland. That's not the Department of Justice. That's not the Central Intelligence Agency. That's just Homeland Security. So unless we start finding another way to resolve conflicts without war, that budget's going to go even higher. And that's $100 billion, by the way. Housing disparities, Black individuals in Chicago have 2 times the foreclosure rates of whites. The discrimination in the lending practices continues. We need to have the 14th Amendment applied, equal justice under the law. This disparity is gutting and ripping out our communities. The residents that live in the south suburbs, they were targeted with subprime loans. Subprime loans simply meant, and I first read about it in a Red Book report in 1993, the Federal Bank Reserve of Boston, and they described subprime as 3 percentage points or 300 basis points over prime. So we pay more money for less. Don't you think subprime ought to be less and shouldn't cost you more? You know what prime beef is? Come on, like subprime? Same difference. We're paying more for less. That systemic discrimination and racism has not been rooted out of the system. We're still overcharged for basic services. Second part, Black homes in the Chicago have appreciated at 2/3 the citywide average. African Americans, that there are 77 communities in the city of Chicago, we primarily live in 22 communities on the south and the west side. And our home values on average are.
So who's going to be the first politician to say FBA? Who do y'all think is going to be the first politician to ever say FBA? Will there ever be a politician to say FBA? Because everybody keep on saying African Americans. Well, we know, like everybody said, that's kind of a misnomer because ain't none of us from Africa. But yeah, who do y'all think? And when are the citizens going to talk, man? We've been listening to old Jonathan babble with his bad hairline. His hairline is so far back, you can see his jaw muscles. You can see the jaw muscle right there. You can see the jaw muscle and the line up where he, the line where he came out of his mom's womb right there. The little dip. Let's go.
2/3, real close to 3/5 of a human, huh? It's 2/3 the value of the citywide average. This is a problem. I am working with Congresswoman Maxine Waters in the Congressional Black Caucus on housing equity to stop the appraisers from discriminating on our housing values. And thus, as a consequence of the discrimination, the Black community has the largest foreclosure, housing losses, and other things. Action items: the cost of living, accessibility, safety, access to food, access to education, access to transportation. In order to have a healthy community, these are the building blocks that we first have to have access to. Reverend Martin Luther King was not just concerned about a seat on the bus. That was the symbolism of it. He was more concerned about, he was a man of God, the mass transit system. When we have fewer buses going downtown and less reliable mass transit rail to go downtown, when we don't have the red line going to the hundreds and to the southeast corridor, we have been excluded, economically asphyxiated from the most industrious and productive parts of the city. The Chicago Transit Authority, say Chicago Transit Authority, goes to Skokie, Illinois. The Chicago Transit Authority goes to Evanston, Illinois. The Chicago Transit Authority goes to Forest Park, Illinois. The Chicago Transit Authority goes out towards Bridgeview and beyond, but doesn't cover all of Chicago. Do you?
Facts. This is one of those situations where somebody's telling you all this kind of stuff to make something sound good. They talking about all the bells and whistles. You know damn well you ain't gonna do it. You don't want it. Send it back. It's like when somebody trying to like if you've been to a car dealership recently, they try to buy a used car or something like that. And you know they're telling you about all this. Yeah, we'll give you a cheaper price. We'll take down the APRs and the DPRs, and yeah, you'll get a new car. And you're just sitting there like, bro, I'm not doing this today, bro. No. But that's exactly what he's doing here. Now he's doing the MLK babble, pandering. I mean, not MLK babble. That doesn't come out right. But he's doing the pandering by using MLK with all this, Black people are disenfranchised babble. But at the same time, you're working with a group that is trying to disenfranchise Black people. You're working on a project that is disenfranchising Black people. If Black people are not allowed to go to their community centers because you're allowing migrants to be housed into them, or you're letting migrants make tent cities on their streets and turn it into a little mini New York and have everybody living over top of each other, then you're making it worse for Black people. So you're sitting here pandering and just talking out your ass out. As DeAndre said, he talking out both sides of his neck. And Hurricane said it wasn't that because he do got like just a big pile of fat right there. It's like, bro, like you know, what are you really saying? Let's get it.
See the problem? I want you to look the next time you're driving down the Eisenhower when you see those train stops that are closed. That is unbelievable that you would close a mass transit site. Who lived in those neighborhoods? What happened to the housing after they closed the mass transit? Everything went down, down, down. What happened in 2013 that we should remember in 2023? We had the largest school closure of elementary schools in America. So what happens 10 years later? Our population is shrinking. We have more walkers than strollers because they closed the elementary schools.
Let me start. NPR reported from August of last year to December of this year, they will spend $252 million on the migrants. $252 million. 17,000 migrants come into the city. And just in Chicago. If we just break that in half and they become families, you got 8,500 families. Hispanics have 3.5 children. I'm submitting to you, in one generation, just one generation, the black vote will be null. They will have an additional 24,000 people on the voting rolls, along with the Hispanic population already here. They're playing chess, and you all are playing checkers. You are damning our youth, our next generation, to poverty by you all doing these political speeches. One generation, our youth, our vote will be null in all these 6th sanctuary cities. And what are you going to do about that?
Man, shout out to this brother right here, man. He saw through all the BS, man. Like Rob said, man, the MLK grift. He saw straight through it. Straight through it. Let's go.
Thank you very much. The first thing we have to do is to make sure that those that are coming here unlawfully stop. I don't have anything to do with persons' reproduction levels. If people want to have more children, you certainly can. Second part is 2/3 of our hemisphere, speak Spanish. They're not Americans in general. So there's a natural balance of people that are non-English speaking in our own hemisphere that can walk up here all the time. The third part that we have to be very much concerned about is we can't lose our land and be moved off of it because of government policy. I am focused on the housing issues because the housing and the jobs is what keeps us as residents of this district and in the residents of the Illinois. The first stat I threw out to you was 200,000 people, African Americans, that moved off our land in the first 2 decades. That's a federal issue. That's why I work with Congresswoman Maxine Waters. That's why we've introduced with the Congressional Black Caucus to have additional funding to make sure we have housing. I can't hear you, sir. What did he say? He can't hear what? I'm sorry, he didn't hear me or what? Oh. I'm sorry, I can't hear you, sir.
Sir, if you can come back to the mic, because what we will do, Congressman, is we will have
Let's let him finish his question. Then we'll get
You have not addressed the issue.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. You dance all around.
Okay.
You did not give any specific solutions on what you want to do. Anybody can stop.
Okay, no, thank you. Let me ask you. Can you help me with the solution you'd like to see me do?
Sure. I can give you the solution. I can give you one simple answer. Send them back. That's the only solution. That's it. Other than that, they will surpass us. That is math. It's simple math. They will overtake us in numbers at the rate that they have kids. They cannot be U.S. citizens. You are dooming our next generation to subservitude. I'm telling you this. Okay. It's just simple math.
I know, but
that's it. It's simple math.
Count. Let me share something with you. Most of the persons that are here right now, under the technical definition, do not qualify for asylum.
I'm not concerned about. I'm concerned about the children that they have. They will be U.S. citizens, and they will have a voting block. All we have to do now is look at the Hispanic voting block they have now. They get everything they want. Look at our communities. You should see the schools that they have as compared to the schools that our children attend. It is simple math. Count. That's all you have to do.
Okay, thank you.
One generation.
Thank you, sir.
They had a refugee job fair, and it was put on by I believe it was Rogers Parks Chambers of Commerce. No Haitians, no Africans were invited. I called both places that I'm working with, African House, Haitian Museum. They knew nothing about it, okay? Another case, they are going to the University of Chicago. I attended a luncheon last week, and they had a representative there, a doctor, I can't pronounce her name. She's in mental health. Well, they are training Spanish-speaking non-professional people to come in and help the Venezuelan Spanish-speaking people with trauma, as if the African and Haitian people are not experiencing trauma. So I emailed her and told her that we would.
And they definitely experienced trauma the way they whipped them boys and sent them back. They whipped them on horses and wrangled them all up and sent them straight back to Haiti. So they definitely got trauma. But I don't know. I guess it's probably some of them same ones came back, but they still ain't getting none of the benefits that all these other folks are getting. That's bold face too, man, when you think about it. So the Venezuelan migrants are the only ones that are coming in and getting the handouts. All the other immigrants that you see crossing the border on these little videos are not getting anything. I've been seeing a few Chinese immigrants and stuff like that, but according to the news, they say they just kind of disappear. And they never really see them again. So I'm guessing that those are like either they're like sleeper cells or some shit, or maybe they're already coming over here with money and they're just like, yeah, we want to send you over there and you are going to run the business here. And then we will come over there and later when you have the citizenship that you faked out. And then I guess like all the African immigrants, they just kind of you're on your own. Fuck you, you're on your own. Let's get it.
Be very happy to be a part of that program to send our people there. I have not heard from her yet. So bottom line, without me going through some other stuff that you all don't even want to hear,
we want to be fair so other people can ask the questions.
I want to be fair,
but
maybe I can talk to you on the personal side. There needs to be more open lines of communication into the Haitian Museum of Chicago and to the African organization. It should be open up. If you're helping migrants, immigrants, or whatever, don't ignore the African and the Haitians. That's happening now, okay? And Brother Kupla Torre left this proposal for me to give to you and a book written about the Black heroes of the fire department. And so I'm supposed to give them to you at some point, and I will. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Man, you know
I did have a conversation with the city manager for immigrants, and I specifically brought up who was speaking.
Hey, Fritz, now you know why, man. And I know that them is your people too, man. So I know that's you definitely ain't liking. I mean, we all black, but I mean, I know them are your specific lineage people. So I know you know why, bro. And it makes you definitely feel a way about how they're treating your people versus how they treat these migrants.
In Creole that could talk with the Haitian immigrants, and they had no one on staff that was speaking in Creole. This is a concern. This is a concern that I do have. Let's follow up. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get to everyone. I asked that if you could make
on the light-skinned Spanish-speaking immigrants, and they're not focused on the Black immigrants. Last week, we had 30 families. We needed to translate in Creole, how to apply for asylum, how to get phones, how to get tablets. We don't have any support from the city. We don't have any support from the federal government. These are just volunteers that I was able to recruit in order to get to do this work. We had the general manager of the Hyatt that was willing to give us space. We had it's called the Dirty Laundry. It's a Black-owned business in Hyde Park that was willing to give those immigrants an opportunity to clean their clothes. So when people are very upset and they're speaking, I want you to be cognizant of the fact that it's not just these light-skinned Spanish, which are Black descendants, but light-skinned Spanish people. There are immigrants like my parents who come from Haiti. Okay, I'm first generation. There's a lot of us here in Illinois. There's a lot of us that have been supporting the Jackson family for years, and we already know that your father supports us. But I want you to remember us because we do need you to take that title to transfer the interference that the United States government has had in the country of Haiti so that we can stay home. Don't nobody want to be in no 30-degree weather when we got 80-degree weather in Haiti. Don't nobody want any gang-affiliated governments. We want to be free. We want to be democratic, but we're coming to the United States because we don't have any help. The president of Haiti was assassinated. There were 14,000 of us in Texas, as you know. And what happened to us? We were...
My homeboy who's Haitian said that that president was assassinated because he was trying to change things around from the regular degular that Haiti had going on, the corruption and stuff, and they came in and they went ahead and took him up out of there. Was that true?
Bust. And when we were whipped with the horses, all of a sudden we weren't on the news anymore, and it was only the Spanish. So when we're thinking about these immigrants and these migrants that are here in Chicago, I don't want you to forget the Black ones, like my family, like my friends. I want you to take care of us. I want you to help us, and I want you to encourage other congressmen, other Black congressmen, to encourage the United States to stop interfering. We don't want to be here. We would love to stay home. So please, Congressman, if you can, do that for us.
Thank you.
You want me to hold? I don't need no mic. I want to hold my mic. I don't like a man holding my stick.
Brother Tyrone?
Yes. Check. Transparency. That's my brother. That's my brother. We disagree, but that's my brother. I just want to say anyway, what the sister said, I don't give a damn about no Joe Biden. So if that lady want to pass out something about that, that's her free will. Y'all can't be forcing democracy on people. She got the right, just like you got the right to say vote for Joe Biden. I got the right as somebody who represents formerly incarcerated person to say Joe Biden and Clinton 94 crime bill created that. And we haven't recovered from that. The only asylum seekers that's perpetually discriminated against in this country by everybody is formerly incarcerated people. They have 18,000 homeless ex-cons, yet they're around here talking about public safety. You don't even know what these men are. Then you let more ex-convicts in here in the name of migrants. But they want to tell you that it's this on the state, it's on the Republicans. All politics is local. Every in this state, don't let them fool you. From the top, from the lieutenant governor to Tony Prattwinkle, to the mayor, to the police chief, to the state's attorney, to the aldermen, to the congressperson, to the state reps, all are Black. You got 150 elected Black positions, and our communities look the way they look. And if I say something, if it's not with my brother, he just got there. They want to legislate for us without ever bringing us at the table. I did 21 years in the prison. What they gonna tell me about what we need? They ain't never spent one day in the cell. But they legislate for your nephew, cousin, and son. Furthermore, ain't no kids in here, ain't no teenagers in here. Over 150 murdered young men from ages 16 to 24, and ain't no kids in here. That's the problem. You old people, y'all keep voting the same way, hook, line, and sinker, without ever holding them accountable. And the very babies gonna kill y'all ass. These kids are these little wolves. Hey, ain't nothing else nobody said.
So is this guy kind of babbling, prison babbling, and loony cooning, and at the same time on coding? I don't. It's kind of I'm kind of his messages is interesting.
No more important than this. Hey, wrap your ass. Ain't nothing nobody saying more important than this. I'm tired of y'all playing games with these babies. These babies gonna start driving y'all, but they already doing it. They gonna kill you. I think y'all get contact now. 60% unemployment rate for 18 to 24, and you got money for migrants. Hey, y'all, I'm telling y'all, stop letting these people run fast. It's a game being played, bro. Ain't no way. Hey, how we got guns? How we got extended clips, 100-round drums, Glock 6, cocaine, heroin, and the weed, 99% of all dispensaries are owned by white men. Y'all got to be out y'all damn mind. We should be marching in Washington. We should be crushing them. They shouldn't even be allowed in our neighborhood. That's what's gonna happen.
The immigrants can come into this country and get a stipend, link, a free room and board, free child care, and some of them are getting Social Security. And when my ancestors were released from slavery, they got the clothes on their back. But yet they were told to be happy. So why am I and everyone in this country footing the bill for people who are non-Americans, who don't vote, who don't fight in any of our wars, who never paid a tax? And we're told if we say anything, we're xenophobic. Tell me why. Tell us all why. I want to know.
I think it's wrong. I mean, it shouldn't happen, but this is a U.S. immigration.
Man, shut up, man. You the whole reason it's happening, dog. Shut up. Yeah, man. So y'all saw what was going on there, man. Them couple, 2-3 brothers got him right. The one prison babbling brother, he was a little different, but I think overall he meant well. Next video, we got another. I want to check out, man. It's an old video. I wanted to look at it because I just wanted to see how, we've been saying the same stuff this whole time. We all been saying the same thing since back then. And y'all know what I found out when I looked up, bro. Muhammad Ali and Joe Biden are the same age, bro. So that means that that means Joe Biden was probably looking at Ali with contempt and stuff back in the day. That old nigger. He's trying to stand up for the blacks. I want to make a crime bill about it. But anyway, man, this video right here is Muhammad Ali. Heated argument with black singer and white congressman. Let's check it out.
Several weeks ago, actor George Papard was here and urged citizens across the country to support a new Senate bill in favor of public financing for congressional and presidential campaigns. Today, we have with us a major opponent of that bill to express the opinions of members of the House Administration Committee. Here is that committee's chairman, Democratic Congressman from Ohio, Wayne L. Hayes. Welcome. Congressman, why do politicians have such low credibility today?
Well, I think it's partly because there's so many problems in the world, and people are so dissatisfied, and there's so many things they want they can't aspire to, and they turn to the government, and the government doesn't satisfy them, and so they figure that
and they give up.
They give up. I was saying just today that there isn't a government in the free world that has a majority government. Every government in the free world is a minority government. All the European countries have minority governments. We have a divided government here, and and we do have terrible problems in the world, and we don't have all the solutions as hard as we may try.
Do you think it's often the fact that those who have money get into office?
Well, I don't think that's exactly true, Mike. That's one of the reasons that I'm in favor of strict limitations on campaign spending so seats can't be bought. Let me say, when I was elected to Congress, I spent $3,000 to unseat a 4-term incumbent. And I don't think money, I think the American people are too sophisticated. I don't think money will do it anymore. Look what happened to Senator Fulbright in Arkansas.
Yeah.
He spent 3 times as much as his opponent, but he'd been in Senate 30 years and his time was up and the people didn't want him anymore and the money wouldn't do it. I think he was a valuable senator. I've disagreed with him sharply many times, but there comes a time, and I hope I'm going to know when my time comes ahead of time and quit before I'm defeated.
30 years, though. You can't be too sad about that.
No, I don't think so. That's a long time. That's a long run.
Would you ever get into politics, Mohammed?
No, sir, because see, when you people discuss things, they're not our problems. See, I'm looking at the black people as a nation, and all of our problems, you all don't have nothing to solve them. See, we need a spiritual, divine man, and I believe Elijah Muhammad is that man. We have prostitution problems in New York City mainly, and all I see is the black sisters being used by all type men, and ain't no politicians mentions it. We got dope problems, gang fighting among self, a lack of love for self, no respect for our women. We don't have no property. We don't have no land. We worked 400 years to make this country the wealthiest country on the planet. None of you politicians talk about repaying us for the 400 years of slave labor. You're not the ones who slaved us, who lynched us, and raped us, but your people stole the property and left it with you, and you still guilty because you keep it. All the TV stations, all the lectures, the Ramadians, the Holiday Inns, all the land, everything is yours. So ain't nothing in politics for us.
Yeah, but as a politician, couldn't you help the blacks?
No, because I got.
He just ethered them in that little bit right there, man. You know they hated him so bad back in the day, bro. He was beating all they fighters, and he's talking that talk. He's not one of them little cowering shields like this little dude with this little bussy dude with the afro is here, man. But you notice that's pretty much the same thing we say nowadays. You know, we worked 400 years, and you notice the years haven't changed. The 400 hasn't changed. How many years y'all think it is now? It's got to be like 5 or something, ain't it? But yeah, I mean, you know, the 400 hasn't changed, and you know, we haven't gotten any compensation for it. Nobody's done anything. Nobody cares about our problems. He's right. It's been the same song and dance for the longest. So I guess what the question is, like, you know, like, what are we gonna do about it as like the new black people? Like, you know, we're not our parents, like they say. I mean, not our parents, but our ancestors rather. You know, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe it is time for us to really do something different. Like, you know, maybe just pull away and, you know, kind of start our towns. Like maybe start like not a Tulsa that doesn't get Tulsa, you know. But let's get it.
I have the white man's flag over me, and I got to represent all.
No, you don't. I'll change.
I disagree with that, Muhammad. You know, there are a lot of blacks in Congress, and they don't have the white man's flag.
I don't fuss with the brother on TV.
No, I know.
Some be niggas and fools and white people. Let me talk to them. I'm talking to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to everybody here.
Bro, even look at how he's trying to handle this dude with poise, and this dude is sitting up being a bussy about it, man. He said, "Yeah, I don't argue with brothers on the TV, man," and all this, and he's sitting up trying to go against his point. What do you really have to say against that? Muhammad Ali literally just laid down all facts. And your old bussy ass sitting up talking now Muhammad. You sound like you just got done sucking on a hot pickle, bro. Let's get it.
Well, I'm talking to them now.
Take your hand. I'm face. I'm talking to everybody here.
Let me talk to them. They asked me questions.
I understand it.
This is our problem.
I understand.
You understand? We got to get together.
We're not gonna.
And I don't think politics have a problem. I'm talking to brothers.
No, but I want to change the color of the flag. I'm serious about that.
I'm not. Okay.
You talk about the flag over your head.
We gonna change the color of the flag. Okay, that's a heck of a job.
Yeah. Well, it is a job.
See, now we're getting on stuff that don't make no sense. We're talking about something.
I guess it makes more sense.
I hope people can look at this and see what I'm talking about. I hope the people can watch this show and see what I'm talking about.
They will. They let Mike
sure the black people understand.
So, John, that's a great point you brought up, and I don't want to seem like a racist dude, but that's true, bro. Literally every problem in the world has been caused by, you know, the pale people. Literally everything, all the unnecessary weapons. Like why are we building a bomb that's 3 times as powerful as Hiroshima and all of them? All these little diseases they're trying to weaponize. Why are we weaponizing diseases that almost killed half the globe? All this little extra stuff they're trying to unearth. Like didn't they try to unearth like a zombie virus or something like the Arctic or something like that? All these unnecessary wars about this. Capitalism is low key like. It's like kind of unnecessary in a way. It's like they could do a little bit more to help everybody and still kind of, you know, have it where like, oh yeah, you work for this and you get this extra, but you know, they just want everybody to suffer. And it's just getting stupider and stupider out here, man. But let's get it.
Black people do understand, brother.
What I was saying was this, is that I don't think I can be in no office in this government and don't represent the country, which represents all the people. I'm not saying it's bad to represent all people. I'm not saying I don't want to represent all people one day. But
what you do, man.
Yeah. But now, wait a minute. First of all, to get into
charity
office.
starts first at home. God helps those who help themselves. I can help myself and clean myself and love myself and do for myself before I can go to help others. I don't have time to help white people because there's enough white people to help white people.
It's enough.
I don't have enough time to help no Jews. There's enough billionaire Jews to help the Jews.
There's enough black people to help black people.
Right. So that's what we're going to do.
Man, shut up, bro. Shut up, man. You get what he was saying, bro. You just trying to be the contrarian, bro. Because you got your paymasters up there with you.
So my program is only worried about my people first. That's what I'm saying. And I can't be in no politics saying I'm just for the black people. It's not right.
And where do you live, my brother? At home.
We'll be right back, right after this message. Be right back. Congressman, many times on a show like this, we cut away for the commercial breaks. A lot of things you said that I'd like to hear repeated. I'd like to.
So do you guys think that that's a valid talking point when somebody talks about wanting to help their people, but they don't live around the hood? Do you guys think that that's actually a valid talking point, or is that something that needs to be thrown away? Because I think that's something that needs to be thrown away. Like I think until our problems are healed, then we can't live, or I can't live around the poor people or whatever that are really getting done in by the system, because now I'm not going to be able to get the problems. I'm not going to be able to get the problems done. I don't know about all that. What do you guys think? Yeah, exactly. And Forrest he went ahead and put it. Not all black folks live in the hood. Like if I live in Georgia and I decide, oh yeah, I'm gonna go live in South Fulton or Lithonia or something like that, I'm living amongst my people. I'm just not living in the hood. There are plenty affluent places in Georgia you can go where all black people. Well, yeah, South Fulton, like I said, over there, Cascade. That's all black people that's got money. What's the name? Is it Cascade? Yeah, over there. Yeah, bro. So yeah, it's just yeah. This dude is he's bussy talking and loony coony. Let's get it.
You to repeat what you said about the Congresswoman from Texas.
Well, I want to say this to Muhammad before, and we got a little side argument going. One of the brightest minds in the United States Congress today is a freshman congresswoman from Texas, a black woman by the name of Barbara Jordan.
Facts, blacks.
I think she can get to the heart of the problem about as quick as anybody. We had a meeting just a few days ago with a group of British parliamentarians to talk about common problems, and I took her there. I asked her as a special favor to go to this meeting.
Yeah, but he's saying
and she was
black people that have a lot to say.
Well, that's true, but there's a lot of white people that have a lot to say in Congress, but it only can be 435 congressmen in a given time.
400 years.
Well, the blacks now are getting elected, and let me say this, Barbara Jordan was elected from a constituency that doesn't have a majority of blacks.
Yeah, but what he's saying is that he doesn't care about being elected.
Well,
that's
up to him to decide that. That's not for me to say, but I am saying that.
Why is he looking at him with such intent? Like, man, I just want to suck on you, man. You just uncross your leg one time, man. I just want to suck on you, man. That's the weird look. He's like the weird energy he's giving off.
Black people are making a contribution in that field.
But isn't it time that we all live together?
Well, I don't think we can live
time together.
Yeah. I don't think we can live segregated.
Right.
I don't think you can segregate the Jews into one compartment, the blacks into another, the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants into another, the Catholics into another. I think
man,
we're all here in this
the
country, and we're going to have to live together and get along together. And you're.
Let's check out some of these comments. But yeah, John, you know what the hell is going on. Yeah, Jonesboro, man, is pretty for the most part black. Yeah, Fayetteville, middle class black people. Some black people are actually having money out there. That's where Rick Ross live, ain't it? Yeah, Fayetteville. That's where he live at his mansion in Fayetteville. And then you got what's it called? What's the street? Damn, man, it's famous. I'm forgetting. It's in the back of my mind, but they got the Mexican over there, and Godby Road is over there too. You know what I'm talking about, John. But it's you pass on the highway and all that. I can't even remember the name right now. But Val says Muhammad Ali lived in Cherry Hill for a couple of years when I was in high school. He came to Camden High. He lived 4 miles from Camden. So that boy was close, Brian. We talk about colorism. I mean, I could talk about some colorism out here in these streets, man. I guess we got to find some examples out here. You know, they gave that boy extra. Man, they gave him some extra butter biscuits in his dog bowl. If you got a dog, you know how you give your dog like that little extra the like little wet food to make their regular food good. They put that in there too. Oh yeah, John, you live down the street from Rick Ross, man. Yeah, living down the street from Rick Ross, man. Rick Ross got the biggest house on it. You can see that thing from all the way afar. All the way. Let's get it.
Your entertainment wouldn't go if nobody but blacks went to it, or paid, or got admissions, and your fights.
How about that?
That's the neighborhood, Old National. My Old National. Let's get it.
Whites wouldn't grow what they do if the whites didn't.
I want to say one thing. If then a white man come to hear him, we got 40 million black people that love his music. He don't need no white audience. I just want to say,
there's no 40 million white people in this country.
I'm just saying, I can't let you stay on TV and say that he wouldn't make it if it wasn't for the white people.
Well,
and look at these numbers again. 40 million black people. That's the same numbers that they're spewing right now. So that lets you know they don't have a goddamn clue how many black people there really are in the country. This whole 13% and how they keep on trying to make it lower, but they keep the crime rate at the same or higher, that lets you know these people don't really know what's going on, and they're fudging the numbers to make us look bad. The proof is in the pudding out here in these streets. The same ass numbers since goddamn my grandma was a young person. My mom wasn't even born yet. And they've been saying the same ass numbers and the same, literally, we've been saying the same issues, and these folks ain't did nothing about it.
I'm not saying he wouldn't make it, but I'm saying he wouldn't make it as big as he did.
You're right, because white people promote it.
No.
I don't know if they say
Okay, now
Once for black people.
what he's saying is that it does not make you big because white people come.
Congressman didn't say that. He said it wouldn't go as big. He said, nor would your fights, is
And your
what he
country
said.
wouldn't be if it wasn't for us.
Well,
America wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for my people slaving and working for
Absolutely,
us.
man.
Fighting in all of your wars.
Yeah.
Then you talk about if I didn't, white people come, my fights wouldn't have no money. We built a country.
That's right.
We fought in all the wars. We were lynched. We were captured. We murdered. And
Some of us were in on that.
We want to give you a little bit. We want to give you some credit, Mohammed. But after all, you're 11 million out of 210 million, so you didn't do everything. The whites did something too.
you did. Everybody made a contribution. You did do something. You killed off all the Indians. Then you brought us over and robbed us.
Yeah, but what Mike's trying to say is that there's a way to say all of this without having any animosity.
Exactly. That's right. I buy that.
Ain't no animosity. Ain't nobody hit nobody.
But it should not sound like that.
Words are more powerful than fists.
That's why animosity.
I think it's a fairly simplistic argument that we're having here. On the one hand, saying, why can't we all live together? Now we know that it's tough to live together, and we know that there are animosities, and we know that there's back dues and back pay and back things that are owed to people, and not just to blacks, but Indians as well, and to women as well, and to other minorities.
It is not simplistic.
Well, there's nothing simplistic. The man and his wife don't live together in perfect harmony all the time.
I'll tell you one thing.
Sometimes they have problems.
You take a house, you take a country, you kill off all the Indians, you kill off the blacks, and you get everything is yours. Now you say, let's live together without giving up nothing, repaying. Now you want peace. You got everything now. You done conquered the world. Now you want to be peaceful. Well, people ain't resting. They don't want no peace.
Yeah, but if somebody said, I only care for whites, we would label him by very ugly epithets. And if I said, I only care for Jews and nothing else, I would be labeled as an exclusionary,
I only care for the
elitist.
freedom. I only care for the freedom and the unity of my people. Everybody else has got it.
Not really.
That's real, man. I feel that. It's not a diss to just want your people to be able to catch up with others. You want us to have the same, be on an even playing field as the other folks, and not be messed with, not be sabotaged. It's that simple. I don't think it's anything wrong with it.
No, not everybody else. I don't buy that.
Well, I tell you what. I bet you the Viet Cong, who we black people, not me, I wasn't fool enough to go, who those who helped fight, I bet you the Viet Cong is more citizens and can come here and put on a little suit and get more freedom and move in neighborhoods and put up business where Negroes can't.
I believe that.
No, that's not right.
I believe that.
They're under a dictatorship
and the
just like the
Chinese
Russians.
can, the Japanese can, the Germans can. Everybody that's not American can go and do what Negroes can do. So quit being hypocrites on this TV. The whole world on Negroes, the lowest, the most down, the most disrespected, and the less protected than anybody.
Well, where can't you go, Mohammed?
Oh, okay, I'm one big nigga. I'm a nigga, got $10 million. I'm a great fighter, so I can go.
Nah, that's
I'm not
can't
talking about me.
all
I'm
the
talking about
time.
the brother watching this show. Can't pay his rent.
Yeah.
They ain't got nothing.
Well, what about the white
home.
man who can't pay his rent?
That's
There's a
his
lot of
fault.
them.
It's his damn country. He should get out there.
You
and
know.
That's his fault.
Yeah.
It's his damn country.
Not all the poor are black.
I know you got some poor white. Well, then I'm working for my black brothers. You look out for your white brothers.
That's what I was saying earlier.
I ain't say hate nobody. I don't hate nobody.
Congressman, what
Let's
is
help each other. Help yourself first.
what is the answer?
Well, I think the answer, if there is an answer,
People know the truth. All this laughing and giggling. Now you're talking about.
Well, you laughing and
Use
giggling.
this TV time to tell us.
You laughing and giggling just like everybody
But
else.
you see, the laughing and giggling is not phony. The laughing,
Is it
I have a
emotional?
function here. My function is to entertain,
Yeah, I'm
make
not
as
getting
many
on-
people out there
That's
happy
your job.
as I possibly
That's your
can.
job.
I like how Muhammad Ali, he's the only one that was up there serious. Everybody else is like he's saying, laughing and giggling. You got the little bussy dude next to him trying to direct and derail the conversation. And then you got these white dudes acting like, well, what? I don't know what you're talking about. And then you got the other dude sitting there talking about, well, yeah, we fought in the war too. So what about us? You didn't have the same. Yeah, it's not like you. Like my granddad fought in World War II. He used to always have the same little story. Yeah, man, we had to jump out and ambush the Germans and stuff, man. We had to jump out and ambush the Germans. And guess what? He didn't get all them little benefits. He didn't get all the benefits. He died on his deathbed in his house. He didn't even die in the hospital. So yeah, man, we fought all the wars, but it wasn't an even playing field. We wasn't getting to be with the with the same ranks and everything as them. And then when we come back home, we're treated like trash. Yeah, my boy. Yeah, two of my granddads was in the military. One of my granddads was in the military during the Vietnam, and he came back and next thing you know, he was on that dope because I guess life didn't get any easier after being a veteran. I guess after being a so-called hero to the United States as a black man.
Man, I do it every day. That's right. It's your job. Don't say it's phony because it's not phony. I don't have a phony bone in this body.
Well, you want to know why I'm not coming on giggling my
I didn't say that. I said you look troubled. I didn't say, why aren't you giggling or laughing?
I'm always troubled.
Well, no, not always. Because
you're in a world full of hypocrites. If I wasn't who I was, I'd be somewhere in the restaurant. So I ain't got no time to be looking like I'm so happy.
Yeah, but he said,
brothers are catching hell and catching hell and catching hell.
yeah, that's right.
And all you hypocrites and all you are hypocrites yourself.
And this is who they like to compare white guys to. They like that. Have you ever noticed that anybody who follows boxing, do you notice that they never really compare black fighters to Muhammad Ali? They only compare white fighters to Muhammad Ali, or try to say that, oh yeah, he the next one, or he just as good as him, or he better than him. Like Tyson Fury, Conor McGregor, Lomachenko. None of these guys can hold a candle to anything Muhammad Ali's done. Like none of them are anything like. They're not nearly half the man he is in the ring or outside of the ring, bro. Let's get it.
Well, what's the answer, Congressman?
The answer is that, it's easy to sit back and call everybody else in the world a hypocrite. I'm not going to call anybody a hypocrite. I think everybody has right to their own opinion.
Any white person in this audience, it's when I tell the truth, my people ain't nothing but a hypocrite.
I don't hate black people. And I don't see, I don't dislike them. And and I don't see why you should dislike
then you get with the government and tell them to get together and unite and do something. But Muhammad, you tell them to get together, you take your face and your complexion to the White House and repay the black people for all the work they done done, all the slaving.
Get out, brother.
Some land and do something, repay.
Well, maybe we ought to start back in Africa with the tribal.
Look how he got his legs crossed. Get out, brother. You got your legs crossed because you ain't got you, bro. Yeah, bro. You crushing up your balls because you don't use them. You don't need them. You ain't got them.
The chiefs who sold the slaves.
They didn't say you lynch us. That don't mean you
can't go back and run 500 years of history.
They didn't say you lynch us. They didn't sell you to lynch us.
Let's be happy.
They didn't sell us you to burn us.
Time for living. Look at that guy.
Yeah, man. So y'all see what's going on, man. It's these same issues that we've been having, that we having now, have been happening for the longest. They've been happening for the longest, man. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it, man. That was a great time I had with y'all, man. I enjoyed everybody participating and giving their opinions about it. And maybe we'll talk about it again next time. For sure, we're gonna be on tomorrow. We're doing reacts tomorrow. We got some, several different topics that we're gonna be talking about, and maybe I'll talk about this one again next week, because there's a new development with it next week. Every week rather. It's getting crazier and crazier out here, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody for showing up as per usual, man. Y'all have a great weekend. Y'all go enjoy yourself. Go get you something good to eat, man, and get your little cheat meal in or something like that. Watch you a good movie or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all next time.